Hello and welcome back, everyone, to Pact of the GM, a collection of unlovable misfits who have all sworn their souls to me, the GM. We were hoping to have a special guest this week, Mr. Travis Willingham. I don't know if you've heard of him, but unfortunately, we heard a rumor that apparently his face was stolen by a mirror, and the mirror is refusing to give it back. We wish him luck in recollecting his face, and we send our best wishes to his loved ones. But we'll power on without him, and in fact, we can welcome back another player this week. We have Keth back following her absence last week, and obviously we're all super delighted about that. Don't everyone speak up at once.
Yay! Yay,
Yeah,
Kev.
He's mostly happy so he doesn't have to do the streaming bit of it. That's why he's glad.
very possibly. Very, very possibly.
Okay.
But we will carry on as per normal, even without the majestic Travis, with what we normally start with, which is a recap of what happened last session. And this week, I believe, doing the recap, we have Jared.
Right. So, on our journey from Norcliffe to Badgerton, where we are searching for Brannon's sister, I believe the session started with Baron researching the weird totem that we found in the cave by Storia. With this, while he was taking his watch, there was a bunch of spooky stuff, seeing some weird lights and some ghost boys on the ship. In a sort of vision, I suppose he was taken below the depths of the waters to a place which they seem to recall it being Raznok. And that place had kind of all these weird pillars and eldritch, gross tentacle stuff, with these barnacled sailors manning the ship. From there, he woke up from this vision with an anchor attached to him. And holding the anchor in his hand, he kind of panicked, went round, found Brannon, and he was like, "What's this anchor doing?" Also not knowing anything about it. But besides that, we made it to Badgerton. Upon getting there, they referenced badgers and hounds, likely some kind of faction between the little island we're on, between Badgerton and Houndford. But we continued onwards, being pretty certain that we didn't know anything about either of these factions. And from there we went to the tavern, where the lady behind the tavern, who I can't remember their name, spoke of one of their customers who was living there called Margaret, making these weird noises and not causing trouble, but being a bit restless in the nights, shall we say, only coming down for food and then hiding away in his room. From waiting and speaking to Margaret, we found out that he was haunted by a spirit that was keeping him awake. With a bit of research with the local guard and through some of their archives, we found out that the spirit was a girl called Marleone, who used to work at the tavern, who was unfortunately killed, and that's implied she was killed by her partner, Aurello Spine. We also visited Old Mag, who told us a little bit more about Marleone, this weird alchemist old lady who was kind of nuts, but very helpful. We then went back to the tavern to confront Marleone, in which Durgus went ahead and was aged by her whales. But from there, Baron agreed to help Marleone and kind of clear the air between Margaret and Marleone, and basically showing her that it wasn't the person that she thought he was. From there, Marleone disappeared. Margaret is on his way home, and Baron made a deal with Durgus to make sure to settle the issue with the ghost so he can be de-aged. And I believe that's everything.
Yeah, definitely a really good summary kind of all the specifics that happened over the course of the session. A lot of kind of role play, not a huge amount of combat, a little bit of action at the end. And we ended the last session, if I remember correctly, with you guys having settled down and kind of taken the night following your encounter with the ghost. following your resolution of that incident and following the very polite offer of 10% off shoes from Margarin. What a charming gentleman dwarf he was. So we will return to the scene of Badgerton. You guys, in fact, within the tavern that is there, having been offered rooms on the house for your services to help the owner of the tavern, whose name you never actually got, so that might be why you can't recall it. And you are kind of awakening the following morning, I believe. Or actually, I might be misremembering. I can't remember if you wanted to directly set out and try and find out what was going on with Odich Boto, who was the individual on the outskirts of town who Brannon's sister was supposed to have gone to see. So actually, I'll let you choose there. Are you heading out at night, or did you guys spend the night in the tavern?
As I remember, we were saying we were going to spend the night.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought so. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. So it is as I remember. You guys spent the night. You awaken the following morning to a fairly kind of hearty, porridgey breakfast, along with a very, very, very well-watered mug of ale to wash down the still rather tasteless serving. The sun rising in the east, shining through the few windows that are open, allowing a lovely view onto the kind of rising outcrops of rock and craggy kind of steeples that mar the shoreline here at Badgerton. The owner of the tavern has been busily working away, cleaning up a lot of the mess from last night, preparing the place for essentially business today. As you finish off your meals, the sound of people heading to work in the background, the call of gulls down by the sea.
Geronimo's gonna sort of look up from his stodgy porridge. He's been notably playing with it for most of it. It doesn't seem like he's sort of a fan of this sort of stodgy, oaty, sort of watery thing. He kind of like dips his sort of spoon in there and kind of lets it kind of plop off. He's going to look straight towards Brannon at this point and kind of eye him up and down and go, So, Hatsy, can you give me a little bit of a description of your lady sister?
Well, as I said before, she's a little taller than me, red hair, lacking a moustache, but otherwise, quite similar.
Yeah, but what's she like? What's she like? Like as a person,
Oh, well, she's a very headstrong individual. She's leading this group in the end, so I'm sure you'll know what I mean when you meet her. But just keep on her good side. She tends to get a bit rash.
So if I happen to be asking her if she likes certain what's the word? Small little pastry kind of things. If I ask her favorite, she's not gonna hit me or something.
Oh no, she wouldn't hit you.
Okay, sounds like a sort of person that we should definitely be saving right now. I mean,
if
maybe.
that's your judgment on how you save people, seems a bit vague.
No, if we don't save the people that enjoy the small things in life, then who's going to enjoy all the big things?
Well, you're first in plane. She needs to be saved. Last time I checked, sir, we're just checking in, are we not?
Yeah, but why would she leave an encrypted message if she ain't in some sort of trouble?
Oh, I don't know, maybe some sort of family thing. Maybe they do it between themselves. I mean, you send her encrypted messages, he says, peering up towards Brannon.
Well, yeah, she's not normally the one to send the messages that are all encrypted like that, so I'm starting to think there's something going on, but maybe she's just had a new hobby.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure that's just it.
A new hobby of being exceptionally vague?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that sounds like something that a few people I know were definitely into that hobby.
I mean, she searches for ruins and solves mysteries for a day job. She likes to challenge herself.
And where did it say she was again? I'm having trouble recalling.
Well, the message simply said Badgerton, but there's a chap outside town that I got some information. I think actually off the barmaid to go ahead and see him.
So are we going to go there first, or are we going to go help out the? And he kind of leans in a little closer at this point to try and not like raise his voice. He kind of goes, "The ghosty lady."
Well,
So-
I need to talk to him, but I don't think it should take that long. So if you don't mind, I would like to head there first.
that, and don't we need to head to the Hound Town, whatever the other one is, to find this bastard? Was it Aurello? I mean, apparently he made off that way.
Hound Town?
Well, you have a sort of city on this little island thing.
I mean, yeah, Hound Town sounds like the right sort of name. Definitely not anything else.
Actually, I had a thought on that. If we come over land towards them, might that be a problem? They seem to have an issue with the people.
What do
I
you think?
imagine if we don't side with either of them, we stand on neutral ground, as long as we're not causing any issues for either.
True, I was just thinking, since they seem to have so many conflicts or whatever, might be easier if we just sailed around and got there by dock. At least that way we don't seem like we're definitely from here.
But won't that take a little bit longer?
It's just an idea, and I actually have no idea.
It might be a safer idea.
If we're on sail, it might not take too much longer, considering we would have to walk across the land.
I'm sure there's a cart or something which goes to and through.
Really? They seem to hate each other. Did you think they'd let people walk, just travel through on a regular basis? I mean, if they do, perfect.
I mean, they've got to have some sort of contact to hate each other. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if at least someone trades.
Well, I guess we can ask around.
Aye. Well, with that in mind, and he sort of pushes forwards his empty bowl of porridge. Should we go check on your sister?
Yes, if that's all right. And Brandon will stand up and kind of start grabbing his stuff and putting it away.
Yeah, Geronimo's going to get ready as well. Going to head towards the door kind of immediately.
Yeah, as you guys kind of set your stuff aside, ready yourselves up, gather your things, you get a polite kind of wave goodbye from the woman behind the counter who seems happy after your stay, and stepping out into the morning sunlight, you get once more a few kind of curious glances from the locals, but those glances quickly fade. Rumor of your arrival must have spread quickly, and furthermore, rumor of the fact that you aren't immediately aggressive or someone to be feared. Making your way down the kind of craggy, steep rises that Badgerton is set upon, you rise almost immediately up again as you travel through the village. Business seems to be picking up fairly lethargically. They start quite slowly here in Badgerton, and you really have nothing in the way of traffic before eventually you make your way to the outskirts of the village, where there are a few lone farmhouses, clearly doing their best to provide as much food as they can for this relatively small settlement. The one you were directed to, your directions were very accurate, and it's very easy to spot. In fact, of all the farmhouses, it seems the most bedraggled. Part of the masonry is falling out of the wall. The thatch seems to be quite damp in certain places. And there's even kind of patches where you can see holes beginning to come through. The door barely looks like it's attached anymore to the frame of the doorway. And it just looks, all in all, almost as if, not that it's been abandoned, but that it's been ignored, at least in recent history. Getting closer, you also all get this kind of strange incensey smell emanating, and you can see soft plumes of grey smoke billowing out of the cracks and holes in the wall, as if someone is burning a great deal of different kind of incenses within for whatever purpose.
As they come up, Brandon will. Is there a gate in front, or is it just straight up to the front door?
No, there's no kind of wall around the house. It's pretty much just a freestanding building in the midst of a fairly small plot of arable land that has some very weak-looking plants, just kind of digging their way up through the ground.
He'll turn to the others and go, maybe we shouldn't just carry around the door. It might be a little off-putting. And he'll start walking towards and give a brief little knock.
Geronimo's going to walk up with Brannon, assuming that he needs backup.
As you step up, you knock very briefly. There's a pause before you hear the very slow shuffle of feet towards the door. The door clanks as some kind of latch is pulled back away from the frame, and it opens up with a squeal as if the hinges haven't been oiled very recently. And from behind the doorway, in a very gloomy room, you look down upon a halfling who is currently chewing on this very long strand of hay. He has a large brimmed cap on his head, which he peers up at you from underneath, and these very deep bags under his eyes. He just looks between the two of you.
Hello. I'm wondering if I could borrow you for a moment. I think my sister may have come to talk to you, and I'm trying to find her.
Yeah, and I'm his friend, Geronimo says, adding it to the end.
Sister? You got a sister?
Yes. They might have a small group might have come talk to you under the name Trail of Ancestors.
Wait, your sister's a group? How many sisters?
No, just the one sister. A group would have been with her.
I had a dream of a group that got with a sister. As he says this, he blows out a little ring of smoke.
Brandon kind of stops mid-sentence and just kind of stares open-mouthed at this guy for a bit.
Geronimo's going to poke Brandon in the knee with his index finger, and kind of like bring a hand over his mouth and go, "Hey, Hatsy, I think this guy might be smoking something."
No, I'm not smoking nothing, friend. But stuff may be smoking around me, and I'm just inhaling.
Okay. Have you met someone called Victorina?
Victorina, yeah. Yeah, I remember Victorina. She turned up with those sad people. No, those walking people.
Walking people? I'm at
Yeah,
a loss.
they were all about walking up the trail.
Oh, right. Yes, the trail. Do you know where they might have gone?
They went underground, man.
Underground?
Yeah, they went looking for the voices.
There's voices underground?
Oh, you ain't heard the voices? Oh, come on in. And with that, he spins and gives a little wave over his shoulder. You can bring your friends, too. I've not had a brother who brought people in my dreams before.
Yeah, I think with that, Baron would be approaching, regardless, looking down to the halfling, then to Brannon. Is this the oracle type you were anticipating?
Anticipating, no, but I think this is the chap.
Yeah, he kind of shrugs to that before waiting to go in.
Can I have some of what you're smoking? I'm used to these smaller fat ones, but what you're smoking seems like you're having a fun time.
No, man, I'm not smoking. It's all in here. As he says that, he kind of gestures around him. And you can see inside this very kind of muggy, thick atmosphere of smoke that is collecting around the ceiling. For the halfling, it doesn't really kind of get anywhere near him, though for our full-sized friends, so looking at Baron, Natara, Brannon, this is kind of getting to the level of about kind of your eyebrows, or maybe a little bit further down if you are quite a tall individual. The smoke itself has this kind of strange, almost Christmassy cinnamon kind of scent to it, though on an immediate inhalation there is this kind of burning in your throat, and immediately this intoxication, this almost kind of light-headed waviness. It doesn't really affect what you can see, but it immediately begins to kind of slow your speech as your brain just becomes a little bit muddled.
Yeah, being struck by the scent, Baron would kind of take a bit of a step back. Yeah, he's Oof, definitely one of the oracle types. He looked for somewhere to sit, get his head out of the clouds.
There's a few places to sit around. Most of them, it looks like he's torn up a lot of kind of padding from sofas and chairs and stuff and just kind of thrown it around on the floor. And in fact, he goes and collapses on some very musty looking sheeting that's been thrown over some hay as he just kind of sits down, reaches over, clicks his fingers, and actually ignites the end of another, what looks like almost a bit like your cigars, Geronimo, but very, very long. That's balancing in a kind of holder. He just clicks his fingers and the end kind of ignites, burns very brightly, and then dims down to just an ember as more smoke comes off of it.
Geronimo's going to walk inside, look around, like take a big old sniff in, then look visibly disappointed that he's actually, unfortunately, not nowhere near the height to be able to inhale the smoke. And instead, he's going to make his way over to the same sort of like patch where this halfling's gone. He's going to sit down next to him and pull out his own cigar and kind of offer it towards the dude, kind of hoping that he'll light it for him.
Oh, what you smoking, friend?
This is the best thing that you get in all a cogwheel. It's perfect. It really calms the nerves.
Are you going to share the love? He reaches out to try and take it off of you, but it's a kind of weak gesture waiting to see if you'll accept.
Geronimo's a friendly guy. He'll definitely accept. He kind of hands over the cigar and goes, "Yeah, you take the first puff, and then you hand it back to me."
He puts it into his mouth, kind of clicks his fingers. The end ignites. The end does that kind of bright intensity, and then dims as he takes a big, long, deep breath in, holds it for a moment, and then immediately starts coughing. Oh, that stuff's pretty rough, man. And he offers it immediately back to you. It's not got that calm chill that my stuff does.
Yeah, Geronimo's going to take it back, roll his eyes, look towards Baron, and mouth the word pussy.
Baron just kind of looks a bit waved out. I imagine there's Geronimo and this halfling sat next to each other, and there's this huge man just sprawled out next to them.
Making ground angels.
From the ash, yeah.
Yeah. The halfling peers over to Brannon, who had mentioned obviously his sister. He goes, "So you were talking about Victorina, right, friend?"
Yes. As he says, as he slowly ducks down, trying to keep under the cloud.
Yeah, she was here because she wanted to know about the voices.
What are these voices? And you said that underground?
Oh man, you come closer? He kind of waves you towards where he's semi-sprawled.
Yeah, he'll come over and try and squat down on the floor in front of him.
Yeah, get your head real close to the ground, friend, like ear right to the wood.
Okay. And Brandon will slowly lower himself down and place his ear on the wood.
Now everyone get real quiet and give him a minute just to listen. Just listen real close. With that, with the kind of silence that falls over, I would like you to give me a perception check.
Okay.
First roll of the session.
It is
5.
5. You pause for a moment, and at first you hear nothing. And then very faintly, as if almost on the edge of your hearing, you definitely pick up something. It's this low, quite throaty, almost growl that rumbles. You could confuse it for someone moving furniture very far away or something like that. But the slightest change in pitch just about tells you that it's clearly someone trying to make some kind of sound, whether it be a language you don't know or something you're not really sure. But there's definitely something that's going on there, but with that roll you can't really make out what is being said or just being intonated at that time. But there's definitely something. As you move your head away from the boards, you lose kind of your sense of it, but as you get closer you could hear it again.
Listens in, kind of cupping his ear to the ground, trying to get a better angle, and then comes out and does the same again, then looks up at Baron and Geronimo next to him. There's definitely something down there.
It's the whispers, man. The whispers.
Is he saying anything, or is it just noise?
I can't really make it out. Maybe you two could have a go. Maybe you'd get a better catch on it.
Yeah, and Baron would kind of lean close to the ground, kind of just resting his head on the floor, trying to hear out these whispers.
Yeah, of course. Give me a perception check.
That'll be an 18.
An 18 is a very, very good roll. So you pick this noise up in the same way, though your hearing is a little bit keener than Brannon's. And as you're listening, the slow growling begins to morph almost within your ear, and it begins to take the form of common, a language you understand, as this deep, throaty, growling voice almost seems to whisper and call out to you the promises of a new home, of a place to call your own, of safety, somewhere remote that is just yours, only if you were to come underground.
Yeah, and I think upon hearing that, it'd be maybe a little bit of a sobering experience, and he'd fling himself back up. That's not sounding very good.
Oh, the whispers, man. You got the whispers. What did they offer you?
A new home.
We're all looking for home, friend.
Yes, but I don't think it's underground.
Hey, it's just the whispers. They just whisper.
Yeah, I know that you didn't ask for this, but there's a few stories that my people came from underneath the ground, so maybe there's a load of gnomes underneath there kind of whispering.
I don't know whether it was gnomes.
And
Sounded
if
a bit
I'm,
too aggressive, I suppose.
even if it was a ton of gnomes whispering, offering people to come underground, doesn't exactly sound inviting.
I mean, hey, some gnomes can be aggressive. I could be aggressive. Come live underground. And Geronimo makes kind of like these scary sort of like wiggly hands at the others.
See if they say anything for anyone else. Is it different? Geronimo, why don't you try?
Yeah, okay. Geronimo's going to lean forward and really try and concentrate to see if he can hear the whispers.
That perception.
Big perception roll. Here we go.
Yeah. Show me a big roll.
19.
We're glad for the bigger roll.
Yeah.
With a 19, you two lean forwards, and again, that gravelly, throaty voice hums into the ear. At first, it's indecipherable, it's strange. Eventually, it begins to morph, however. It begins to shift, this time into the slightly more lilting, manic, gnomish that you understand. It promises pastries. It promises the most deeply filled, perfect, golden brown, buttery, sweet pastries that you could ever want. The wheelhouse learned what they learned underground.
Geronimo sort of kneels down, and as he closes his eyes to listen, everyone would notice very quickly that his sort of mouth would kind of like salivate ever so slightly, almost as if he's sort of like as almost as if, you know, he's just sort of like, I don't know, had a slight aneurysm or something. But anyway, he comes back up and shakes his head and goes, "So I think we really need to get underground. I don't ask me why. I got this really positive feeling that whatever's underneath is gonna have a lot of good things."
Oh, they got you too, man. The whispers, they know. He kind of reaches up and taps the side of his head as he puts his other hand down and just kind of almost pats the floorboards.
Yeah, maybe they do know. Maybe I gotta find out.
Natara looks very skeptical. What did they tell you? What did you hear?
They said that the wheelhouse learned everything they knew underground. The most buttery, the most perfect, juicy, the most incredible pastries that you could ever want were underground, and it just makes
Look,
me hungry thinking about
So they're telling you exactly what you most desire, most likely.
it. Yeah, you probably got a point there, Goggles. That's exactly what I do desire.
Well, I heard them suddenly going to tempt you down there and chop you up into little bitty pieces. I mean,
Aye.
they're probably crazy. Or whatever's causing it.
I'll be honest, we don't even know what it is. Brannon turns to the halfling still sitting staring at us, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Why did my sister come and ask about these voices? Did she hear them like we apparently have?
Well, she didn't seem all too interested in the voices, man. Like, the questions she was asking, they were questions her friends wanted her to ask. She almost seemed like she just, like, really wasn't into it.
That sounds more like her. When was this? I was told it wasn't that long ago she was here.
I don't really know my days and stuff, man. Like, it all just blends, you know? The voices, they're just still whispering.
Have you ever gone down?
Once, a long time ago. Don't
you-
really remember it much, rightly. And he just kind of starts making this single note as if he was going to say something, and then just gets stuck.
Brandon
Well-
kind of waits for a second, and then when he doesn't continue, he's like, would you mind showing us how to get down?
Sure, man. You gonna go find out where the whispers are? Yeah. All right. And with that, he kind of rolls almost like a turtle from one side to the other and then back as he gets up onto all fours. And very slowly pushes himself onto his feet.
Is it far from here?
No, man, it's just underground. You just gotta go under the ground.
Brandon will turn to the others and say, I'm not planning on heading down or anything, or at least not now. I just thought it would be best we at least know.
Well, I mean, there's some crazy magic going on down there, and it's likely your sister's in danger. I mean, things like this don't usually happen, do they?
No. Well, actually, my sister heading underground isn't exactly an uncommon occurrence.
Right,
Don't-
she's some sort of grave digger.
I mean, don't you think we should go now? If we can find the way, we should probably just go there.
But you guys never told those stories when you were a child, you know, about things underwater, underground, and so on, luring you down there. Did you never hear those stories?
No, because I don't know. We were just told if we didn't work, then the scary gnome demon come eat you.
If I'm honest, I'm not exceptionally worried about her. She can normally sort herself out. I'm a bit concerned
Well,
about who these friends are.
Aye, and who these voices under the ground are. Because it sounds like those stories when you're a kid.
Well, maybe when you were a kid, but what stories? I mean, what's apparently down there in your fairy tales?
In the fairy tales, there's all sorts of like boogeymen that steals
What?
children away in the night.
What? Monsters made of bogies?
Yeah. No, it's just another word for monsters. To scare children.
Strange one.
So like they
Well,
live
I'd
in
be
the
terrified of a
woods, in the
monster made of
water, in under the ground, in caves.
Whilst you're having this conversation, Odich has still kind of reverted back to the last thing that he remembers, and he is currently wandering to his door and pushing it open.
Brandon will slowly start to follow and turn to the others and go, can we continue this while following him, at least so we know?
Yeah, Geronimo's going to get up from his spot, cigar in mouth, kind of puffing away, and he's going to walk out.
As you follow Odich, he leaves you around the side of the house, towards the very back where there's this circular foundation, which was once some kind of, it looks like a silo or something. However, whilst the walls roughly remain, they come up to about chest height on the halfling. The rest of it is completely gone, and in fact, sitting in the middle of this circular foundation, there is what looks like this kind of almost sinkhole down into the ground. He just points down into it and goes, "There you go, man. The way underground." That was where your sister's friends pushed her.
Sorry, wait, what pushed her?
Well, they were doing all this pushing and shoving to each other, man, and she didn't want to go down first, but they pushed her in.
Brandon's gonna immediately go up to the edge of this hole. How deep is it?
It's not that deep. It goes down what looks to be about 15, maybe 20 feet, and then seems to hit some kind of small tunnel area. The kind of fall that might hurt, but not even close to lethal or anything like that.
He then quickly whips around back to Odich and goes, "Did they all go down or just her?"
Yeah, man. They were pushing and shoving, and they just pushed her in, and then they started pushing each other, and by the end they were all down there. I don't really know what happened to them after that. They may have left. I don't spend a lot of time wandering around out here.
Right. Baron, can I borrow some rope? I'm going down now.
By all means, and Brand would lift the 45 feet of rope from his bag and kind of try and find a way to fasten it so they could climb back up if need be.
There's plenty of kind of sections of his house that, whilst not great stonemanship for putting up a structure, would absolutely hold individual weight.
Yeah, he'd go and tie it round some of the structure, I suppose, and kind of just toss the rope into the sinkhole.
Yeah. I assume you're clambering down.
Yeah, Brandon will start to climb down, although just before he does so, he turns back to Odich and goes, "One last question. How many were there with her?"
Oh, God, man, I don't know, 10 of them? 100 of them? No, it weren't 100, man. Yeah, I don't really know, man. I wasn't counting them. There was places, they filled up my doorway.
More than 4?
Yeah, man, that would be this many, and he wiggles his finger, or 5 of his fingers on one hand.
Brandon nods and then descends.
The descent is fairly short, as I mentioned, only 15, 20 feet or so, and fairly easy with the help of the rope and it being tied up. You drop down. The drop is fairly narrow. You get some mud on your cloak, and as you get to the bottom, you find that there is a tunnel. Think of almost like a mole tunnel or a rabbit warren that runs off in front of you underneath Odich's house in a downward angle. You probably have to kind of crawl around on your hands and knees to get through it.
Yeah, as he gets down, he'll pull out his little lantern he's got, the bullseye one, so he can see a little better. I think that's 60 feet, but it's in a straight line.
Yeah, the lantern allows you to see forward, and as I said, you can basically just see this descent because it's at an angle. Even angling it down, you can kind of just see this slow declining, muddy tunnel. Variations in the color of the rock and the mud suggest, an assortment of different minerals that make up the dirt under Odich's.
Before going on, he'll wait for the others.
Yeah, sort of seen him making his way down and not immediately dying. Durgus is going to quickly follow him behind, sort of scurrying down to the earth below.
Yeah, Geronimo's going to follow, but he's going to stay close to Durgus, slightly behind him.
I'm going to assume you're all following. So could you give me an order in which you're going to be at the tunnel? We're going to have Brandon first, then. Then I assume we've got Durgus, since he sent next. Then it was Geronimo. So are we having Natara or Baron at the end?
I think Baron would probably try and go in as soon as he could. But
So Baron after Geronimo, and that leaves Natara at the end. If she's going?
Yeah, she'll go.
Okay. So you guys make your way in one at a time, being led by Brannon, who is using the bullseye lantern to good effect to just see the route up ahead as it kind of winds itself round in this twisting and turning downward, almost helter-skelter. Crawling takes some time. It gets you incredibly filthy. There is a number of times in which little bugs and things run over your hands. The earth is damp and very wet. It stinks down here. And as you all continue downwards, I would like everyone to give me wisdom saving throws.
Oh.
Is this?
I have
magical?
advantage on those.
Is this magical? This would be magical, yes.
I have advantage on saving.
Oh shit!
13.
20.
13, 3,
Oh my god.
12. Yeah, wisdom saving throw. 14. Okay. So we've got a 14, a 12, a 20, a 3, and a 13. So in fact, Brandon. Well, actually, this is everyone at first. Everyone begins to hear those voices. The deep, throaty growling that sits just on the edge of perception. If you try and listen to it too closely, you kind of lose track of it. But just when you're not listening to it, that's when it pops into your ear. For most of you, this almost seems to be an annoyance. It's a distraction. It gets there. It's a little bit disturbing, this sound that just seems to not leave. You can't quite tell where it's originating from. It's a little bit disconcerting, especially in this closed, confined space. Brannon, the effect on you is markedly different. The words begin to form into sentences that you can understand. You begin to hear the call, the summoning almost, that promises you your every desire. It promises you your every wish. It promises you all the things you're searching for. It tells you your sister is down here. It tells you that she needs you. It tells you that the things that you and her were looking for can be found here under the ground. That's going to have no further effect for now.
So what bloody causes he's sort of whispering? I mean, it's got to be magic or something, surely. And he sort of peers towards Natara more than Brannon now, sort of over his shoulder.
Well, usually it would be a creature of sorts that's hungry.
What do you bloody mean, creature? I mean, it's stuck into dirt. I mean, nothing can do that.
Well, that you know of.
Well, stop being vague and tell us what it is.
Well, I don't know what kind it could be, but it could be something quite dangerous. Like, it's clearly offering whatever the people want and desire to get people down there. It could be for manipulation, for control, because it's hungry, it eats people. Who knows? It's something.
Aye, well, look, I'm sure it'll be fine. Just, I mean, it's promising weird things, but I mean, clearly they're fake, right?
Why they never deliver these promises. And if they do, they probably want your firstborn as payment.
I mean, there's things I'm willing to give away, and maybe one of them.
They normally... Oh, sorry. Go on, Baron.
Knowing our previous experience here, it wouldn't surprise me if it's spirits either.
Not a bloody another one. Well, someone else can talk to it this time. I don't want to end up old and grey.
Yeah, I ain't touching it. I'm going nowhere near these damn ghosts.
Right, well, you'd probably age a bit better than these lot.
How do you know that? Do you know much about gnomish culture?
Right, well, I know you lots tend to stick around for a while. I mean, you make a name for just how annoying you are.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
As this conversation continues, you continue journeying on downwards, the oddly silent Brannon leading the way. Eventually, the tunnel widens, allowing for you to kind of push yourselves upright again after maybe 5 or so minutes of journeying, which even on your hands and knees is, a fair distance to cover. You emerge into a fairly large cavernous space, inside of which there are these odd, almost like termite hill pillars of dirt that provide structure to this open underground area. With the lantern, you're able to kind of peer around odd sections here and there and pick nothing out really until those of you with a passive perception above 13, which I believe would be... I don't know your passive perceptions off by heart. I'm going to have to learn those things. Yeah, that's not you. Maybe Baron. He's got no.
It's me, 15.
I think it might just be Natara actually.
Yeah, mine's 12 as well.
Mine's 15.
What's Durgus? He's not a... Oh, he might. No, Durgus can. So Durgus and Natara can just about make out at the far side of this space the kind of dim orange glow of what could possibly be a campfire.
By the way, I meant to ask, but I think my mic was muted. Do I believe the voices what they're telling me, or is it a case of-
Absolutely. These are promises,
cool.
dude. These voices are telling you the truth.
Tara, she'll look over to the faint orange glow. Looks like somebody else is down here.
She was definitely down here. And
Well,
we need to go.
Look, wait. Look over there. And she'll motion towards the direction. Do you see that shimmer in the distance?
Yeah.
It's a
Don't care for a shimmer.
Just not. What if it's her? Could be our camp.
Yeah, maybe we should be prepared for anything. I mean, that voices with some sort of glowing light. You say? I mean, that they don't sound so reassuring.
Well, I mean, light's generally reassuring, isn't that? I mean, it means someone's down here.
I.
And if it's some sort of predator which can see in the dark, well, I mean, it certainly wouldn't be shining anything.
While they're talking, Brandon's going to start pushing forward.
Yeah. Dirks is going to pull forward his little hand axe and clasp it in hand as he continues to sort of crawl.
You don't have to crawl anymore. The ceiling
not?
is right. Yeah. In this kind of I say cavernous just because of how kind of wide and far along it is. But the height of the roof is now roughly 10 or so feet above you, so it's definitely plenty of space for you to stand. Though you can still see the stalactites.
Mm. And as they go, Dirks will try to hone his ears and see if perhaps he can hear anything which is apart from these whispers up ahead. Maybe like like the dripping or rushing of water or something, any sort of sign of non-cavernous.
Okay, give me a perception check. Meanwhile, everyone else, I assume you are going with Brandon as well, or are you just kind of letting him and Durgus wander off ahead?
No, we're going with. I think,
Yeah,
or at least
we'll go
Geronimo
with.
is.
Yeah, Baron would definitely follow.
Yeah, absolutely fine. Okay, let's see what we get from Durgus. 24, very good roll. So as you continue forwards, it's difficult to kind of check how far away certain sounds are. There are definitely sounds down here. You can hear the dripping of water. The space is very damp, particularly underground. That's how stalactites and mites form. But because of how sound echoes in the cave, it's a little bit kind of difficult to identify exactly how far away certain things are, what direction exactly something is coming from. But you do your best to kind of ignore the whispers you can hear and really listen ahead of you. And slowly but surely, as the glow almost comes out of the gloom and grants you some semblance of perception over what looks to be a small kind of campfire around which there are a couple of barrels, you hear this kind of shuffling of very small feet from up ahead. You can't discern the source of those feet, though as you guys get closer to this campfire, you find yourselves standing before what looks to be a number of different entrances into the cave wall up ahead. Around the front of the cave wall, there are a number of what look like wooden watchtowers set up at regular intervals around this campfire. The campfire itself burning, though for seemingly nobody, around which there are a couple of barrels. Off to one side, there is a very, very shallow-looking cave, able to be illuminated by your lantern, Brannon, inside of which looks like somebody probably stored some kind of boxes or sacks or crates in there. You can see kind of thrown away burlap sacks tucked to the back of it, but it looks just to be a storage area. Out the front of that cave, there is actually a cart. Hooked up to it appears to be a very, very large weasel. It's about the size of kind of Baron, pulling along a cart that looks the size of maybe a chariot, maybe something a little bit bigger than that. Directly ahead of you, there appears to be a set of wooden steps that lead up into the cave surface, in which a wooden structure has been built in. And then off to your right, you can see a couple of entrances into kind of a cave section. And in fact, you might all be delighted to know that I may or may not have a battle board for you to jump onto.
Oh, thank you. Oh,
Wow.
I'm struggling so hard to visualize that. I was like, oh god, we're gonna be here
That's
all
right.
day.
There's a
Show
lot
me the
going.
weasel. Show me the weasel.
There is. Let me pull you onto the board, and then we will show you the weasel.
A board de battle.
Now,
Board de
making
battle.
bets, goblins or kobolds.
Fake dragon
Giant
has made.
weasel?
You think I'm so predictable that I'd go with classics?
I
Like
know, but you
goblins
and
kobolds.
It's gonna be a
Oh,
naked
I
mole
do.
rat or something.
It's true. It's scripted combats. There must be kobolds.
Yeah.
Garden gnomes.
Well,
Right. Let me just check everything is working lighting wise. It should be.
Also,
Nice.
game's paused. Just an FYI.
It is paused. That's fine. So you guys can move around. I think
Nice.
everything's set up correctly.
If you may want to move to.
Yeah, we can move to a battle board.
I was getting it
Well,
right.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh, can I have the vision on my character with the thing?
I think you do already. I just think
Okay,
currently you're set up as
see
having no
anything.
light because
Yeah. So it's
Same.
60 foot, but it's in a cone. But I
I'm
don't
not.
know if
I'm
we wanna
not.
do that.
I'm not going to put it into a cone. Yeah, because that's people who do like actual facing on these things. And
Oh,
I
sorry,
don't.
it's 120. It's 60 foot dim, 60 foot bright.
Yeah, that's fine. Update token. You should have it.
whoa.
Cool, thank you.
Oh,
I'm guessing I'm not supposed to see anything.
Apparently
Uh,
I
no,
lack
it's a
permission.
Lantern. It's a so everyone can see it.
Oh, okay.
I lack permission to see.
no, that's fine. Don't worry about it.
your eyes have been revoked.
Eyes revoked.
How dare I not see?
Got my eyes.
Any update?
Ah,
That should-
There we go.
excellent.
That's
That
better.
should give Brandon some light around him. So yeah, and your weasel is over there to the left. Actually, I think you currently have a watchtower in the way. But yeah,
Can't see him. Oh, look at him. Oh, he's so cool.
yeah,
Can I move over just to see the weasel?
yeah, of course you can.
Excited.
Oh,
Um,
I do like him.
is he on a
well-
cart?
He is, as I
He's
mentioned. He's
ideal.
hooked up to a cart, currently kind of just chilling out, standing around. There's this weird kind of sniffling, almost sneezing sound as he
vibing.
vibes in front of the open cave that is just a storage cave and should absolutely not be explored any further.
Right. Well,
Sure.
Durga's obviously hearing these small little pitter patter of feet, which he was pretty sure wasn't drips. There's a certain baseness to them. Would sort of ease on over towards the others, sort of lowering his voice. He goes, "Well, I'm sure this is a little off-putting already. I'm pretty sure I heard something. Well, something small. Probably its inhabitants bickering around here somewhere. Just whether they're friendly or not, someone knows entirely." And is that a giant ferret?
Where's the ferret?
Sort of blinks as he. I think he's gonna try and sort of mute his footsteps as he goes. Obviously, quite cautious about the place now. As he tries to make his way over towards this little animal thing, trying to give it a bit of a look over.
You're welcome to give me a stealth roll.
Oh,
I ain't got. Please be that one. Oh, it's not that one. Okay. That's a 5.
Okay. So Durgus does his best to make his way over rather quietly. Though despite his best efforts, you do hear kind of the jangle of the metal kind of joints and sections on his armor and on his belt. It kind of clangs and clings together, which echoes in the space of the cave. So he's doing his best to remain quiet, and you can tell that he's trying, but Durgus really just right now doesn't seem to be able to take a step without making just a little bit of noise that is very obviously traveling through the cave. Yeah, you approach the weasel. It kind of tilts its head as it turns in its traces, looks over its shoulder at you. The tail, which is currently tucked kind of almost under the cart, it seems to have been adjusted to allow for this thing's long tail. Almost seems to whack upwards. You hear it thud against the wood as it just seems to very interested to look at you, Durgus.
Okay. And seeing this thing wasn't like initially hostile, he's going to go over and try and give it a bit of a pat, scratch behind the ears.
Give me an animal handling.
Oh, okay. 13?
13's all right. It seems to appreciate the the scratch between the ears, and you hear this kind of low, throaty, kind of squeaking sound as it presses its head up against your petting hand. It seems rather pleased with the attention.
Ooh. And yeah, and the others would probably see as one hand would be sort of focusing on obviously giving this little ferrety thing its the best attention he could give it, while the other was sort of scrambling about for his book as he turns to a certain page more towards the back and sort of speaks aloud the words to try and cast Speak with Animals, if that's okay.
Yeah, of course it is. I don't think you require anything really in particular. You just got to speak the words, and the spell fires off. You kind of incant your traditional dwarvish language. The runes upon the page begin to glow very dully, not at all bringing any attention to the book, just suggesting to you that the magic is working. As you feel a little bit drained afterwards, taking that spell slot, but you feel that after that.
Actually, it's a ranger thing.
Oh, it doesn't. Crazy. New ranger stuff that I don't know about.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I played it with you, don't worry.
No, that's fine. I just haven't played detached stuff with ranger.
Yeah, and also realizing that it was sort of working, he goes over towards the thing. He goes, "You're right there, buddy. What are you exactly doing down here?"
You understand? You understand me?
I understand.
Pullen.
Who owns you?
Don't understand. Who owns? No one owns.
Who makes you pull the cart?
Oh, goblin.
Oh, little green fella.
Pauses for a moment, thinking, as if the idea of green doesn't really comprehend.
Oh shit. Small. Smaller than me.
The head bounces up and down as it nods.
Whereabouts are you? Are the people who make you pull the cart? They don't seem to be around.
The head turns up to the set of wooden stairs and the door that is sitting at the top of those stairs behind you. Oh, they're eating and drinking.
Oh, they're through there. Did you see any sort of bigger people come through? Sort of like him over there, that sort of size. And he sort of points back over towards Brannon.
There is this very loud shunting of boxes and barrels that kind of rattle in the cart as it is forced to kind of do a 3-point turn so that it can see over its shoulder and look out over at Brannon. The noise kind of gets quiet and it pauses as if thinking, "Oh, yeah, there was a few of them."
Did you see where exactly they went? Did the goblins take them?
They went the other side. Not this side. The other side.
Thank you, bud. And he goes to sort of give him a bit of a reassuring pat on the head.
As you do so, very faintly, "Don't leave."
and he turns and ever so stoically walks away.
You are a
Yeah,
monster.
You hear this
Bad
kind
now.
of
Absolute monster.
You hear this kind of soft, almost chirping sound. You imagine it's the weasel crying.
Oh,
You're a monster. That's what I
You
would
did
say.
that.
Yeah.
Made it
I mean,
cry.
technically, we need a mount. We could always take it home.
Oh, hold on. What size is this creature?
You might say, in D&D terms, that it is a medium-sized creature.
Oh, Geronimo can ride it. Geronimo can ride it, guys. I'm small. I can ride a medium creature.
This is a mechanically accurate statement.
This is a mechanically
but
accurate
not one
statement.
Alex approves of.
Actually, I can neither confirm nor deny whether or not I included in the loot for this area Weasel.
Weasel Knight
Oh,
Geronimo.
shit.
Hello, come on.
I hate it. I hate
Weasel
it
Knight
so much.
Geronimo.
Literally
I love
strap
it.
a
I love
cannon
it.
to this bastard.
Right. Geronimo's
Oh
going.
my god!
Geronimo's going to go and have a look at in the back of the cart and see what
Never
he sees
seen
in
a
there.
token move so quickly.
Yeah, because
So you're checking out the back of the cart, yeah?
Yeah, I'm checking out the back of the cart, see what's in there.
So it's this what looks to be some stacked up boxes and barrels. Most of them look like they have been unsealed, and inside of which you pick out what looks like an assortment of generic supplies. You're looking at casks filled with flasks that have probably fresh water inside. You're looking at some fairly nasty smelling grains and cereals. You're looking at some rather dirty looking dried meats and stuff. Basically anything somebody would need to survive in an area where they couldn't get these things themselves.
Okay, got it. Yeah, Geronimo's gonna look back at the others and go, "Hey, I get the feeling that maybe we should take some of this stuff and maybe free the weasel."
Maybe when we're done here. I mean, he just informed me that we got a little goblin problem.
Goblins?
Aye,
Did
and
you find out what happened to the group?
aye, well, they went that way, and he sort of points off towards this general direction.
Right.
Well,
Do we have to go through the goblins to get to them?
Well, the goblins had seen me through there, and he sort of points up towards the door. I'm not entirely sure how it relates, but I imagine if they came down here, then the goblins probably got to him.
Then, if we can avoid trouble, maybe we should just carry on.
Aye, well, I suggest we obviously keep our eyes open. Not to, scare you or anything, Baron, but we may just find your sister dangling over a fire pit or something.
I'd rather not think that's the case until we find that. As for them, why don't we try locking them in there? We can seal the door from this side, possibly.
We can try, but I don't think goblins are smart enough for locks.
Yeah, I can maybe see if I can make sure the door can't be open.
That sounds good to me.
Why don't you do that then, while the rest of us sort of peek on around?
Yeah, just
Brandon,
watch my back, okay? And Geronimo's going to head up towards the door.
and be quiet.
Oh, he's going to sneak up towards the door.
Okay. Could you give me a stealth check then, please?
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Thank you.
While he's doing that, do these watchtowers here, do they have like a set of ladders going up or anything?
Yeah, there's a ladder underneath each one that you could clamber into.
Okay, Brandon's going to climb up this nearest one and take a look up the top.
Easy peasy.
7.
That should give you vision inside.
Yep.
7? Okay. I need to check me some passive perception.
This is so bad because goblins I know have like such a low passive perception.
Okay. So Geronimo begins making his way up the stairs, and he's fairly quiet, Durgus. A little bit more impressive than you were with your jangling bells and whistles. Just as Geronimo gets up towards the door, however, he puts his foot on one of the more slippery, dangerous, precarious-looking boards that makes up these steps, and there is a loud cracking sound as the board just snaps through, causing Geronimo to lurch forward onto kind of his hands in that semi-fallen over state that I'm sure many of us have been in before, perhaps after consuming alcohol. Geronimo, you remain on your feet, so you're not prone or anything, but there is a very loud sound, and as this sound echoes out, there is a pause, and then you begin to hear the door open as we're going to go to our first break.
Oh!
Dun,
So,
dun.
yeah, let's go to our
Dang.
first break with the opening of the door. And we are back with Pact of the GM, returning just as perhaps the excitement is about to set in. Geronimo has just made his way up these fairly creaky-looking stairs and slipped. Perhaps not his finest moment, but he rights himself just as the door opens up, behind which stands the fairly stout shape of a goblin. Its head leans out, looking very, very confused at whatever it was that just disturbed what looks like eating within. Noticing Geronimo just kind of there is a squawk of surprise, and I am going to need initiative rolls from everyone.
Ugh. Sorry, guys.
As I am going to start the combat music.
Oh, 22. Oh my god, that's a nat 20.
Oh, 5.
It's cool because I've got a good idea as well.
A good idea. These are always dangerous.
Oh shit, I got 22 as well.
Can you guys
Need Natara's roll. Natara, you rolling or am I?
Yeah, I'm rolling. Sorry.
Perfect.
She's a high roller or a low roller.
Ooh,
dude.
low roller for sure.
Okay. And so we begin combat. We'll go forward one and then back one to Brannon to activate the thing. Brannon, you are going first. Oh, actually, no, Durgus or Brannon. It's up to you who goes first. Because you are players and you can choose.
If you don't mind, I'll go first because I've just got to activate it.
Yeah, sure, that's fine.
I do see him popping out and things are going violent. Right?
Absolutely. You can see him from where you are, yeah. In fact, you're kind of
Okay.
roughly at his level because you're in the watchtower.
In that case, he's gonna, upon seeing the goblin, he's gonna spin round and immediately start muttering to himself, grabbing out some powdered iron as he casts Enlarge Reduce on Durgus.
And
Oh,
Durgus
fuck.
needs to get bigger.
How do we?
So you're now large, and you do 1d4 extra damage.
Oh shit! I can't get through the door though, but that's fine. We'll sort that when we get to it.
So
Just
Durgus
break through
swells in size.
Would you like to be even bigger?
No, save that for someone else.
Durgus swells in size as he begins to grow, becoming almost kind of the height of the room, as his weapons, his hand axe, also grows with him. Durgus, you find yourself suddenly much taller, much closer to the stalactites above, and everything, even these goblins are looking even nattier than before as you peer up at them through the door, though roughly you are now also close to their height as well.
Oh shug.
Brandon, anything else on your turn?
He's gonna try and duck down underneath like whatever wall there is there and get some cover.
Yeah, that'll
that's
provide you half cover. It's goblin sized. Durgus, it is now your turn.
Okay. So I feel Durgus, obviously realizing danger was at hand, would almost be fixated on the door, seeing it slowly creep open. Of course, seeing this strange little goblinoid head creeping on out. He'd sort of be a little thrown as his perspective seems to almost forcibly change. As he seems to be almost rising into the air, he quickly peers down, double checking that he wasn't, being thrown up or anything. But he just seems he's getting larger, and it's not the strangest thing he's encountered. But in the sort of urgency of what was going on, he'd sort of cry out, sort of not even just towards Geronimo, but that general direction. Close that bloody door! As I'd like to try and cast Thaumaturgy, his voice seeming to bound with this strange, almost echo. As I'd like to try and slam the door in the goblin's face, so that's okay.
You can certainly try. Okay, yeah, you can slam the door shut as you bellow this out very, very loudly. What next?
I don't know what the fuck to do, seeing how he's so big.
You're very big now.
I don't actually know. I think he's just gonna move up towards here. And sort of, raise his axe and prepare to obviously lob a big one at anyone who comes out that door.
Okay. Brings us to the goblin's turn. The goblin is going to use its free action to open the door, which slammed rudely shut in its face, before leaning over its shoulder. And does anyone speak goblin?
Don't think so.
I don't think so.
No. It kind of squawks this strange, almost parroting voice over its shoulder.
Durgus does.
Durgus does?
Yeah.
In which case you understand it as kind of screeching over its shoulder. Strangers! They're here! Get him! And as it does this, it's going to step outside. And Mr. Geronimo is going to try and hit you with his old sword. Rolling a 10 to hit, which I assume doesn't.
Nope, 14 AC.
That's fine, because then he's going to use his bonus action to disengage. And go 5, 10, 15, and back off into the room. Within the room, you hear a clattering of kind of tables and bits and bobs and things as goblins sound like they're moving around indoors, taking cover behind things, grabbing up weapons and whatnot. As we go to Baron's turn.
A little unsure on what's actually going on. I think Baron is likely just going to try and make his way a bit closer to where the action is, or the lack of action at least. Standing alongside Durgus and kind of just looking up to him, very confused.
Okay.
And
Anything
that'll
else?
be- I'm going to save everything. for
Latara.
She's gonna look over to Baron and be like, "Do you want to be bigger than the dwarf?"
I don't think I'll get through the door. No, point up to the door.
The door is very small, goblin-sized
The
almost.
door is tiny.
I
And I
don't
mean,
think I'll get through it at this size, to be honest. But when we're in, I guess so.
Okay, Natara, she's gonna move up. Oh, I can't. Excellent. She's gonna move up next to Baron here. She can actually see the situation a bit better. She's not going to cast anything.
Is that your turn?
Yeah.
Okay, Geronimo. They opened the door on you, and then it got slammed in their face, and then they opened it and tried to hit you, and then they ran off.
Yeah, Geronimo's kind of like everything happened in a flash of eye as he kind of lurches up from having fallen over, and he couldn't get back up, but now he can. He's back up, gets to his feet, kind of looks around and kind of noticing that everyone's screaming and that Durgus is now huge. He's going to reach into his pocket and pull out essentially what looks like a little sort of like metallic orb. And he's going to sort of pull out his wrench at the same time and kind of lift it up, sort of muttering to himself, "It's better to give it a try now. Best time." And he's going to tap it with the wrench with the wood carving tools as well in hand, and throws up the ball into the air as it then descends onto the ground. And as it kind of sits there like a little kind of Pokemon egg, kind of shuffling for a bit, it then explodes into this sort of like four-legged sort of contraption with what the others would recognize as the unliving nozzle transformed into some sort of like small little mobile round sort of tank cannon thing. And I'm obviously an action, I'm going to be summoning my Eldritch Cannon.
Mhm.
I think it's actually counts as tiny. So I don't know if you're able to make.
I can set it to tiny. Imaged. No, we want it to 0.5. No, I want it to 0.5. There you go.
Cool.
He's a wee cannon.
And as he's going to do that, Geronimo is going to move there.
Okay.
And as a bonus action, I'm using the Force Blister, the Force Blister version of this.
Mhm.
As a bonus action, he's going to fire with tank
At.
this target.
Okay, so that's a roll to hit. So
Yeah,
I think it's built into the sheet.
So I think it's the damage force one.
Uh,
How does this work?
hang on. It's showing all of the damages right now. No, you have to make a ranged spell attack. So I believe.
Okay, well, it count that as a damage. I'm just gonna. How do I?
Yeah. So if you go to your sheet, for you, it would essentially be just make an intelligence saving throw for now,
Okay, I'll do that.
because it's the same stat.
8.
An 8. An 8 will not hit, I'm afraid. So as this kind of tiny thing lands on the ground, scuttles around a little bit in the doorway as if finding its feet, it suddenly lurches to a stop as the kind of unliving nozzle set into the middle of it lowers down. There is a kind of whirring as it powers up, and then a loud boom as it explodes and shoots this projectile across the space into the wooden table that the goblin is hunkering down behind. The table explodes with these shards of wood, but the goblin seems relatively unharmed.
As Geronimo hears this, he's going to peer over and go, Rats, I'm gonna have to change the projectile angle. And he kind of dips back down again.
Absolutely some
End of-
engineering nonsense. End of your turn?
Hold on, he's gonna move a little bit further away. I've still got 1, 2. I think I've got. Yeah, that's it. That's the end of my movement.
Okay.
Go to the end of it.
Brandon, we're back round to you.
Okay. Brandon's gonna climb down his little tower and then move up to next to Durgus.
I can see that. Oh, there you are.
How many feet would it be to climb down?
So it's about, we'll count it as 5 feet of climbing to allow for you to stand in it as well. And because it's a ladder, there's no difficult terrain. So it's 5 feet down, and then from there 5. That you've used about 15 feet to get there, including the climb.
Okay. In that case, once he's next to Durgus, he'll go, sorry, I panicked and threw that on you. Do you want to keep being that big?
Oh, I mean, it'd be good if I could get inside, but he sort of peers towards the doorway. Just how small was it?
We're talking small. Like, it's gonna be uncomfortable, as in like kind of like leaning down. Think Gandalf going into Bag End for Baron and Brannon and Natara to get through the door. For you at your normal size, it would be kind of a weird height, but it wouldn't be uncomfortable. But certainly at your current size, that thing is basically near impossible.
And what is the area around it looking like? Does it look like the walls near it are sturdy enough? Or
The
could they
walls-
maybe be bashed on in?
You could try bashing them. The walls themselves look not too bad. It's really kind of the steps leading up there that look pretty rough. The walls themselves, designed to keep the horrors of whatever lives underground out. You can see they've been marred and marked, but relatively still quite tough and stable looking.
Okay. Yeah, and he sort of peer back down and goes, well, I mean, we could try to do some stuff as this size. This may just be a bit unfortunate on the goblin's home.
Well, I mean, if you want, I can clear you a hole to go through.
I appreciate it.
Very well. And Brannon, oh god, how's the best way to do this? You said the walls that are up there. How well built do they look?
The exact same response I just gave to Durgus. They look pretty solid.
Okay. He's gonna climb up to as far as he can to get a better look inside.
Okay. So you got 15 more feet.
15?
Yeah, because you used 15 to get down to where you are.
Oh yeah, but mine's 35, so I've got 20.
Oh, you got 35. I apologize. Treating you as a regular old human. Technically, you would be at the bottom of the ladder there, so you couldn't see in from there. I know you can on the battle board, but from there you technically can't see.
Bugger it. He'll use his action to move up to... no, actually, I don't want to do that. I'm just going to prepare an action to firebolt if I see anything come within range, because I don't know how I'm going to do this at the moment.
Okay. Durgus, you are still a very big boy. Wait, you're preparing an action to cast a spell?
Yes, so if anything comes with... So I can actually see it. Sorry, it's a bit hard with me being able to see over the ladder. I will cast firebolt at it.
That's fine. In which case, Durgus, you suddenly get smaller. Because that counts as concentration.
Oh shit, I forgot.
You know
Which
what?
means
It's fine by
Durgus
me.
is now a small boy again.
I was large, and now I am small.
You are a small boy. You find yourself shrinking back down to your usual stature. Everything's just a little bit less grand down here in the dirt with the rest of us plebs.
Yeah, so he was sort of enjoying his size for a little bit. Peering down at the world isn't something dwarves get to do very often. So he'd frown a little visibly as he moves on down. At least it's now goblin killing time, and he can actually get inside the little hut. What he's gonna do is, from what the rest of them see, is to shake his axe and begin moving on up, which I think is, I don't know, this is really awkward. So that'd be 15, 20, 25, I guess, to get to like there-ish, Alex? I don't know how you want to do it, because it doesn't like exactly measure up. Oh shit, we don't do diagonals, do we? I was like curvy, I'm not sure. Is Alex saying anything or just
He's
being?
very
I just
No, he's
realized
just
I was
being
muted.
muted.
I
Yeah.
realized, I was muted the entire time and responding to every question. Yeah, no, absolutely. You can do that in about 20, because essentially
Okay.
you can do that and then go up there 5. That kind of
Yeah.
takes you around the corner with no difficulty. So 20 feet will get you up to that bit beside the door.
Yeah, so you'd see as you get sort of like running up these stairs, and as he gets just sort of just by the wall, there'd be a bit of a weird flash of light, followed by as Durgus seems to basically faceplant just by the side of the door, and crawling out from underneath him is of course the strange little Drake from before, which appears towards him with rather, I imagine, quite ugly eyes. His brow sort of furrows as he sort of picks it up and plops it on his shoulder and goes, you have to show up the worst bloody times. As I'd like to, end my turn here.
You
using
can't
my
really put it on your shoulder,
Oh, is
because
it-
your
is it
Drake
not-
is your Drake is a small creature. So we're talking like only a little
Like-
bit smaller than Geronimo.
Oh, shug. Okay, then. Yeah, no, he's not going to put it on his shoulder unless he wants to get hench. Yeah, and he's just going to sort of like wrap his arm around its sort of neck and sort of pull it at least a little bit away from the door so it doesn't get completely whammed on by goblins.
If you're going to go stand where you keep marking, then the Drake can appear there,
Yeah.
because that is
Oh.
kind of, it can't occupy the same space as a tank.
Yeah, that's fine. And yeah, that's my turn. Summoning my little boy.
Okay. There is a squawk you hear from inside of, "I've got a big bow, get him!" That Durgus, you can understand, as it's in the goblin language. We're going to have movement of 5, 10, 15, 20... 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I believe the goblins only have 25 movement. Oh, no, they got 30. They're fast-moving goblins. 5, 10, 15, 20. The goblins all stack up on the door as they begin to whack. Brannon, I will allow you to fire a firebolt at the middle goblin that's standing right in the doorway. You can kind of see part of it from your very awkward angle. However, I will give it some cover because of the angle. But you are welcome to fire off a firebolt.
Crit.
And that 20 is not going to do nothing, though, as that one steps up, raises this kind of scimitar, as if to strike down towards Tank, and then there is just a burning sound as a firebolt whips out from the finger, shoots up across the wood, and hits it right between the eyes. That thing is just dead. In fact, to make things easier, I'm also just going to hide it, because that makes the board a little bit cleaner. But yeah, you just literally whip one through the eyes, and it is dead.
Hiding our victories, Alex. I don't know.
Yeah, dude, it could be a scripted fight. Who knows? Because I'm not salty. The other two, still by the doorway, begin striking out with their scimitars, slashing at the ground where Tank is currently standing.
No Tank.
As they are going to make a couple of attacks each. What is Tank's AC?
18.
He's got a big boy AC. A 16 will do nothing, but the 19 will hit, and Tank is going to take 3 points of slashing damage.
3 is it the left or the right side that you put the hit points in? Or you're doing it
Left.
automatically?
Yeah, I've done it automatically. He should be down to 12.
Yeah, nice. Kick in.
But yeah, so he takes 3 points of slashing damage as those goblins are done. Baron.
Is there going to be any way that he's going to be able to get into that room?
I mean, you can technically move across your allies. They don't, in 5e, they don't count as stopping you. Basically, you just can't occupy the same space as them. So feel free to measure a path that goes across friends.
10, 15.
You don't need to follow. You don't need to follow the wood at this lower section. You can basically run like straight that way.
Okay, so 20. Yeah,
30 puts you straight in through the door.
guess in that case he'll just kind of barge his way up through the wooden steps
Mhm.
for. Oh, collides with at least one wall.
Oh yeah. You got to go. You've actually got to move yourself around because the system won't let you.
Let's
There
go.
you go. Yeah, run around.
There we go.
You go. There you go.
Is there anything like immediately random? Because I can't see.
That's because it's very, very dark in there, and in fact, outside of where Brannon's lamp is shining, you can't see.
Oh,
You can hear the sound of goblins either side of you, and in fact, you can see kind of the ones to your right as you step in because of the angle of. In fact, can you see them? I'm
Nope.
just thinking. No, in which case you can't see them.
Can
You
you
can
still
hear the sound of
try
goblins.
and kind of wildly swing, or
Yeah, of course, but you get disadvantage when unseen.
that's fine?
Are you swinging left or right?
Let's go with right.
Okay. Attack away. This is with disadvantage because they are unseen.
Cool.
Or you are blind, whichever one it is.
13.
13 might still get a goblin. That does not look like a correct armor class. It's not a correct armor class. In fact, a 13 based off of what they're wearing will get them.
Nice.
And with 11, you just hear a ka-chunk and feel your axe cleave through goblin bones as another one is just cut right down.
And with that, we'll pull in my turn.
Fantastic. Natara.
And Natara can't see shit. So she's gonna move
Nature
up
of
to
walls.
Geronimo. She still can't see shit.
The nature of walls.
Gonna huff a
Goddamn
bit.
walls.
Like,
These goddamn walls.
Looks over at Geronimo. What do we really do? Can't really see anything.
Yeah, well, you see, I got Tank going in there to do the dirty work.
Tank.
Yeah, terrible and nasty killer. That's what I transformed Gun into.
As you're having this conversation, I'm going to push you for an action. Otherwise, we'll move on to Geronimo.
Okay. Yeah, you just move on because I don't know.
No, that's fine. Geronimo.
Geronimo is going to instruct Tank to move in.
Okay.
This is what I was just trying to double check. Do I need to be in range to tell him to? Give me a second.
I think no. You can just instruct him.
Let's see. Once you can, yeah, regardless, blah blah blah. Okay, I can direct.
Within 60 feet. You're all good.
Within 60 feet. Okay, cool. Well, anyway, Geronimo's going to move forward a little bit anyway. Actually, no. He's going to make his way up there. I think that's... Oh, no, I can't.
Yeah, you have to actually go around. You have to go around your friends.
6. Oh, no, 5, 10, 15, 20.
Okay.
I don't think I can because I've got 25 movement. That's fine.
Remember, diagonals are 5, so you could count that as 15.
Oh, that's 15?
I mean, if that's how you want to take it, yeah, I'll be gentle.
Okay, and then 10. Oh, I can't actually. I don't even have it. I tell you what, he's gonna stay. Oh, I can't do movement and then instruct and then do movement, can I?
Yeah, you can.
Oh, can I? Awesome.
Yeah.
Right, what he's gonna do? Okay, so I can do this. He's gonna instruct Tank to head inside from this.
Tank has to go forward 10 of his feet.
Yeah, that's fine. He's
Because he
got
can't.
5 left. And
Yep.
Geronimo is gonna move there.
Okay.
How do I stop? There we go. He's gonna go there. Nice.
Perfect.
And now seeing the other goblin to the left-hand side, he's going to instruct Tank to move a bit further back.
As Tank does that, the goblin is going to take an attack of opportunity.
Fuck. Okay, do it.
Goblino / Oh. 22s on both.
Yeah, you hit.
He's going to take 4 points of slashing damage.
Tank, no! Okay. As a main action... Oh, no, do I have to be in range? Oh, I'm actually... I need to... I've got so many spells that I need to...
What do you want to do? You tell me what you want to do.
I wanted to mend... I want to mend him.
Mending? I think you need to be able to reach out and touch
Yeah, I
him.
do need to touch it. I do need to reach out and touch Faith. No, okay, never
Oh,
mind.
he's bleeding. Look, Tank's bleeding.
Tank, no! Tank's mechanical like entrails are sort of like
Yeah.
half out.
You got some
Um,
oil leaking out of him.
Okay, so as a main action, no, I'm just going to use my bonus action because I don't think I can do anything.
You
with
can
my
use
main
your bonus action to instruct Tank.
No, it's the same bonus action of firing.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Let me just double check this actually.
No, it is.
It is. Okay, cool. Yeah, he's going to instruct Tank to fire. So at the goblin, and I can see.
The one you can see on the left?
Yeah.
Okay, he is technically within melee range of another goblin, so he is firing with disadvantage.
Oh shit. Okay, already. Out of curiosity,
Mhm.
I just wanted to know this. Do I have to be able to see the goblin for Tank to fire?
No, you could give an instruction like go forwards and shoot goblins.
But I'd have to know where that goblin is to do it.
No.
Or okay. All right,
No, I wouldn't insist that you need to see the goblin. As long as you know that there are goblins there, you can give it a target. So your instruction can be go and shoot goblins. You don't need to be super specific. Go and shoot goblins in wherever.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Alrighty, then I'll do that then.
Okay.
But yeah, okay. I'll remember that for next time.
No worries. So yeah, intelligence saving throw. It's the same as a spell attack for you.
3. Okay.
10? Disadvantage. A 10 will not hit, I'm afraid. Yeah, as Tank kind of turns to line up the second shot, you can just make out the kind of last-minute adjustment with the legs as it tries to avoid a swinging blade from kind of out of where you can't see. It does avoid the blade, but it means that the shot that then fires into the wall behind the goblin just blows up some more splinters with another loud boom.
Okay. I haven't used my action.
You have not, no.
I'll just disadvantage firebolt this goblin through the door.
Go for it.
Might as well. It is just.
Hey, disadvantage got a kill with Brannon, so...
Yeah, true. 12?
12 will not do it either. This time, again, the cannon kind of fire shoots over the top of the goblin as the goblin ducks down, and as it does so, it then sees you kind of channeling up this arcane energy around one of your hands. It leaps into the air, underneath, jumping over the firebolt as you shoot it out towards the goblin. I'm just going to adjust their armor class so it's
Alrighty.
actually accurate on their sheet. That's
Yeah,
not
that's,
what I typed in.
End of my turn then.
Okay, we come back round to Brannon. Brannon, you've got a kill.
Okay, Brannon, kind of enthused and still seeing a bit of red since he knows his sister's down here. He's going to grab out a piece of leather and rip it, and casting mage armor on himself as he gets covered in some ghostly blue light, and is then going to use his bonus action to Misty Step in there with the torch.
Yeah, you can see. How far do you want to go in?
Behind that table, so he's maybe got a bit of half cover, ducking behind it.
Bam. Into the room. There's a kind of, there's that brief kind of dark, almost grey mistiness that builds up around your feet. It shoots up like a beam, causing you to vanish, and then you puff into reappearing in the other side of the room, visible now to Geronimo and Baron, who perhaps might be somewhat surprised at seeing their wizard just appear.
And that's it.
Okay. Durgus,
Okay.
you just put down your fat dragon.
My fat dragon. Durga's obviously seen people getting into the fray of it now. He's going to do what he enjoys best, which is charging in first and asking questions later.
Safe choice.
He's going to turn back towards his little Drake and goes, "If you can bloody teleport, you can use your teeth to bite these bastards' necks. Come on, get in there." As he sort of gives a bit of a tug before going in and essentially not barging Geronimo out the way, but sort of shifting quickly between him and the wall and then sort of curling up and going beneath Baron's legs as I'd like to try and move on in, if that's all right.
Yeah, of course. Basically, 5 feet puts you on Baron, so I'd go and then 5 feet more puts you off of Baron, so you need to spend at least 10 feet to get in there. I'd get in there and then make your choices.
Yeah, that's fine. Well, I'm gonna. I can't share that. I sort of want to see this thing. I ideally want to move up. Oh no, I can't do this. Never mind.
You can do that, but you
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
stop in those spaces.
Yeah, that's fine. So then
Right.
he'll get to around here, I think. Oh no, maybe. You know what? I think
You've
he's-
clambered onto a table.
I think he's gonna risk it, and he's gonna try and move up. Ooh, I can't make range attacks here, can I? That's the big poopy.
I mean, you can, but it'd be a disadvantage.
Yeah, that's the big poopy. Yeah, So he's going to get over here, and then he's going to sort of keep moving on forwards, trying to generally get into the spaces. Yeah, Mr. Dude gets a
Okay, and your
advantage.
command to the Drake. You wanted it to follow you.
Yep, I want him to follow in. I'd
5,
say
10,
move
15,
here and whack the hell out of that one.
20, 25. He gets to there. Now, you didn't roll for me, or you didn't choose for me a draconic essence. So
I didn't know if I just choose it first.
You do just choose it first, but because you didn't, I'm gonna make you roll. So give me a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Give me a 1d5 roll.
Okay. I like this because it plays into roleplay a bit more. Because why? Oh, okay. 1d5. That's a 4.
4. So he has appeared a deeper blue than you would have recognized before, and in fact, as he almost seems to give this snorting snarl, you watch this static electricity dance around his nostrils as he lunges up to try and bite the goblin. I believe you can roll his his bite.
Yes.
Yeah, you roll his bite, but he is currently lightning based. So
Those are awful rolls.
his 10 to hit won't get him. But basically, just to remind you, with the dice roll, basically that 1d6 is his teeth, and that 2 is always his energy damage. So it's your proficiency bonus is the damage that's lightning based.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, he kind of lunges forward. But as mentioned before, he's a little bit of a fat drake. He kind of lumbers and waddles around a bit, and as he kind of snaps towards the goblin knocks down with the scimitar and kind of bonks him on the front of the head, causing him to reel back a little bit, dealing no damage to the drake, but just kind of pushing away the attack. Anything else for you?
Yeah,
Mr.
and
Douglas?
then Durgus is going to reel back his returning hand axe, sort of closing one eye as he sort of gets his sights locked on this goblinoid. As I'd like to try and give it a big old throw.
At which one?
This one here, the one who's just bonked
Go for it.
his little drake on the head.
Roll
And
away.
I'd like to as well use the reaction of the drake to do the infused strikes, if that's okay. Because I think I
Yes.
need to. Oh, I can do it when it hits, so I'll just do that first.
Yeah.
Here we go. Wow. Oh, one of that's a 20, the other was a fucking 9. Oh my god, man! I've literally
So-
rolled 4 crits, as my second dice.
The dice gods are with you.
Yeah,
This is the pact of the GM. You throw the hand axe through the air. You see it spin. It's turning wonderfully, but it was actually not going anywhere near the goblin, and it clatters into the wood behind him, though vanishes a moment later and reappears in your hand. Unfortunately, dealing no damage, but you haven't lost the axe. It's still well in hand.
Pog. Yep, that's me, I think.
Okay, the goblins, fearing their chances now, are gonna take a moment to think as the GM looks at the entire battle board and decides what they do. And they are both gonna take the disengage action as bonus actions.
Ooh.
That's 15, that would be 20 to the door, that's 30 to there. So this one is gonna run, oh actually they can't cross over you, so this one needs to go here, that's, yep, that would be 15. 15 takes it there. So this one's going to manage to make it here, going all the way around you, because it can't cross you. Whereas this bottom one is going to make 20 to the door. Open said door. So that's 20 there, and then it goes 25. Whoops. It then goes 25 and 30 out the door. They're then both going to take the dash action. 5, 10,
damn.
30. Okay, so the goblins flee as quick as their little legs will carry them. The disengage action and the dash action, which they can take in a single turn. But as both of them done, Baron, we are going back over to you.
Baron is. How would torches work? Would that not let me use the great axe because it's two-handed? If I was
Yes.
holding a torch as well.
Yes, you wouldn't be able to use the great axe because it is inherently two-handed. It's not versatile.
Okay.
It also
Yeah,
probably, it would also probably use your action to light it because you'd use your
Yeah.
free to draw it and then.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't think he's got anything to light it with anyway. Oh no, he has a tinderbox. Yeah, screw it. He's going to light one of his torches.
Okay.
and
Just
draw out one of his hand axes. Is that okay, or is that?
No, at that point, you'd be using, because you basically your free action would be to draw the torch. I'll take your action to light it. At that point, to then draw something else. Like again, you need to do something with the. You need to kind of like drop the great axe at that point. The great axe is currently hefted in one hand, useless essentially.
Okay. Yeah, he'll just hold the torch up and his axe in the other hand and make his way over to this door.
Okay.
And
there you go. You now have your torchlight.
Nice.
Anything else?
Yeah, because it will technically be a diagonal. He'll step into here,
Into the
at least
doorway.
into the entranceway of the.
Yeah, as you step into the doorway, you can see some steps leading downwards into what appears to be some kind of pit, inside of which you can kind of just make out these sections of the dirt that appear to have been dug up as if someone was searching for something, around which a number of very pale, dry-looking bones are visible in the torchlight. And I'm not quite sure if you can make out the goblin that is fleeing
Not
you.
quite yet.
That's
no.
right. You can definitely hear the loud patter of goblin feet as they run across the dirt ahead of you.
Yeah, and he'll probably just look back to everyone else in the room. Seems to get deeper down this way. And Linda's turn.
Natara, are you with us?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Fantastic. You are currently at the bottom of the steps, and from what you've
Yes.
overheard, the fight was going well, and in fact going your way, and now they seem to be fleeing the goblins.
Right, so she's gonna move up.
Absolutely fine.
Do I have to move along this thingy here?
No, you don't have to take the wooden path there. You can kind of do a
Whoop.
10, and that would be like 15 to go all the way around.
15. And
Yeah,
can
that's
she move
15.
past Geronimo to go into the room?
Yeah, you can move through your allies freely.
Excellent. Oh,
So that would be another 10. So you've actually got 5 more feet.
yeah. No, she's gonna stop here and look around a little bit. Because she hasn't seen it before. She'd be like, what
don't think
the
you
hell's
can.
going on?
You're
Oh.
on tank at the minute.
I'm on tank.
Oh, yeah. If you move to the side, you can
Oh.
see he's tiny, but he is
There we
there
go.
on the top left-hand corner.
Sorry.
That's all right.
Don't
you can
squish
step down.
tank.
Yeah,
Steps
he
on
spent a lot
tank.
of time. He spent a lot of time working on tank, and tank's already got a big old gash down his side. Just to briefly give you some kind of description there, you guys are currently standing inside this oddly, vaguely rectangular shaped room. An assortment of what look like scavenged, old, and somewhat new items and domestic goods are just thrown about the place. There are piles of rotting food to one side. There are piles of less than rotting food, but very close to rotting food elsewhere. There are barrels that are stamped with different brands of alcohol. There are boxes marked as being due for lots of different cities across the Republic, and a total assortment of different things that basically creatures would just feast upon whenever they had a chance. And there is this dense, acrid stench of lots of creatures feeding in the same place that just kind of lingers in this area all around you. If you want to look any closer, I will require perception checks, which is an action.
Yeah, I'll do a perception check.
Go for it. 13.
13.
Checking around the room, you notice that a couple of the boxes here at the left side of the room, in fact, aren't marked at all, and are still sealed, as opposed to all the others that appear to have been cracked open and the contents pulled out. This could mean anything.
Ooh. Oh, you said I had 5 feet left, did I?
Yeah, you've got 5 more feet if you want them.
5 more feet. I'll just move over there.
Perfect. Okay, Geronimo.
First thing Geronimo's going to do is going to move 1, so 5.
Yep.
10.
Mm-hmm.
He's then going to look towards poor old tank that's been battered.
Yes.
He's going to cast Mending on that boy.
Okay.
Let me just double check. I think Mending, if it's used on it, does something else. I'm fairly sure. If Mending spells cast regains 2d6 hit points.
Fantastic. So roll a 2d6.
Yeah, so roll 2d6. 9.
9. That'll put him right back up to full.
Yeah, so
As
Geronimo
you,
kind of like... Oh, yeah, sorry, go on.
I was just saying, go for it. Describe your own.
Yeah, well, Geronimo is basically gonna like he brings up the little wrench and goes, I'm sorry, Tank. I'm gonna have to operate. And he kind of goes kick, 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 and like kind of like slams it a couple of times with the wrench. And as the magic flows out of Geronimo, the kind of machine kind of like sort of almost sucks back up that sort of nuts and bolts entrails that have kind of like been pouring out from kind of like one part of the gun tank, and he seems to sort of knit himself up totally.
Yeah, absolutely. Tank is looking in very, very good shape. Like the day he was crafted. Anything else? You've used what, like 10 feet?
Yeah. I have 15 feet more. Geronimo's going to go 5, 10, 15.
Okay, towards another door that is sitting at the back corner there. There are a couple of other doors ahead of you. The one next to the one you entered, here at the bottom, appears to lead out to the balcony that was visible on the outside. You know, it doesn't take a genius to figure that one out, but there is definitely a door right in front of Geronimo and right behind Brannon.
As a bonus action, he's going to instruct Tank to go 5, 10, 15 to come closer to him. He's then going to look at the two doors and look to the others and go, I think there's a few other entrances over here.
Okay, interesting point. Brannon, we return to you. You've just kind of teleported inside. You've turned as the fighting intensified. And in fact, just in time to see the goblins flee very quickly, kind of nimbly darting around the swinging weapons of your allies.
He's going to take a step over to this wall and looking at the door. Is there any keyhole or anything like that?
Nope, there is just this kind of wooden, kind of almost latch that it just lifts up and drops. No locks or anything, or bars or barriers, nothing to really stop you using the door if you wanted to.
Okay. He turns to the others and go, do you care where we go, or shall I look through here?
Well, they've let know we're here now, so you may as well clear out the house. He sort of goes to quite ceremoniously crack his knuckles.
Oh, there's a lot of crates around here that's not sealed. Well, that's sealed. Perhaps look in
We'll
that.
do with that after we've dealt with, the incoming goblin horde.
And hearing the affirmative, he's going to quickly open the door and have a check through.
You should be able to open the door yourself. And you see out into a fairly square, more carved-looking chamber, seemingly being cut out of the rock by hand, inside of which immediately just appears to be dumped old barrels and crates that were probably once in the room that you were just inside of. Straight ahead of you, it leads off down another tunnel that appears to run into some kind of communal area. You can hear the faint running of water and see cobwebs spread out across the space as off to your right there's another tunnel that seems to lead away.
He's going to step through up to the door. Yeah.
You used 5, so
here.
Yep.
And he's going to use his action to just listen in, see if he can hear any movement coming from either way.
Give me a perception check.
Okay.
It shouldn't
It's
be too
probably not
hard to
gonna
go.
go well.
It shouldn't be. Honestly, this shouldn't. It's down to the dice, but this, yeah.
6.
Okay. The most you can hear, other than the running water, which is coming from kind of directly ahead of you, north on the map, if we were to use that as a facing, is off to this side channel, this side tunnel this way. You can hear the echoing sound of those running goblins coming from that direction, as if they are going to join that tunnel at some point.
Join which tunnel, sorry?
The one leading off this way, to your
Cool.
right on the map.
He'll then call back in saying, I think if we go this way, we can catch them off.
Okay. Anything else with your turn?
And that's it, no.
Okay, Durgus, you've had a lot of information. Choices need to be made.
Yep, I think Durgus, obviously with Brannon's calling out, would march on forwards, sort of gesturing to the weird little Drake behind us. Come on then! As he quickly moves on forwards, as I think, I'll get to go through the door first and then see from there. Oh, okay. I think, yeah, he's gonna dash. Why not? Action dash.
That was 20. So are you a 25 feet movement person?
Yep. So it's
You've got another 5 feet if you want them, and then if you dash, that'll take you another 25.
Yeah, you know what? He'll do that, and this little doggy thing would do the same. Sort of marching on behind.
Doggy. Doggy.
Okay,
Dog
the Drake has 40, so basically it can just stay behind you. So move up to wherever you're going to move, and I'll drag the Drake up.
Donkey.
Oh, shit ass.
Yeah, as you continue
Right.
down the tunnel, Brandon, you see. Oh, that was 30. I just saw you measure that.
Yep.
Back he comes. As you continue up the tunnel, kind of moving as quickly as you can down, Brandon, you've perhaps never seen Durgus move this quickly, hand axe in hand. He kind of turns the bend in the tunnel, and as you do so, Durgus, you can see ahead to see another pair of goblins that are looking very, very confused. Probably not the same pair that you were just fighting, staring down the tunnel back at you, and it seems that to their left, as they look at you, there appears to be a fairly mangy-looking wolf that is sniffing the air around its head. As I now need to roll a wolf initiative, which was very, very poor. Anything else on your turn, Durgus?
I don't think so. Yeah, my
That's
bonus action
absolutely
was going to move, so yeah, we're good.
Goblins. So you hear this running as well that was mentioned by Brandon as kind of this is where they look like they're going to join. As the goblins you were just fighting, going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, scurrying out from kind of a side tunnel down the one you're leading into, Durgus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The one that is kind of carrying up the rear peers left and spies you and cries out in terror as it turns to its friends. Strangers! Strangers again! Again called in goblin, as the rest of the goblins scatter. This one's just arrived here, so he can't do anything. And that will be the goblin's turn. Baron. Oh, whoops, I skipped over you by mistake with a double click. There you go, Baron.
So, seeing everyone else go into the other door with Durgus and his loyal Papa Drake by his side, Baron's just going to keep on kind of walking through here, seeing if there's anything worthwhile.
Yeah, feel free to. That's 10. You can give me a stop there-ish, yeah.
Cool.
As you step into this large area, you see the remains of those bones, as I mentioned before, and these kind of multiple locations where digging appears to have taken place, revealing much larger sections of bone in this dirty, almost kind of burrows area. To one side, you can see an assortment of what look like fairly large eggs. Think maybe twice the size of a chicken egg, though they all appear to have been broken open for their insides, and they look very dusty and old. Perhaps far more interestingly is off to your right, you spy a small, what looks like altar, sitting atop a red mat that has just been thrown down on the dirt. There is a kind of rectangular wooden box, on top of which, in between some candles which glow very, very, very faintly. They're not really lit anymore, they're just kind of embering. There is a strange kind of idol. It's this fairly squat, almost humanoid form, sitting atop this box. Stretching out from it, there appears to be a number of almost long serpentine heads, 5 in total in fact, each one eyeless and quite round, with this great toothy maw of what appear to be swirling teeth. The statuette itself is not moving, it's just a depiction. But as you look at it, I'm going to need you to give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh boy,
You passed the last one, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, it was only Brandon that failed, so you can give this is an advantage for you.
Nice. 13.
13's all right. You hear these whispers far more intently, the same promises as before, the same kind of almost pressing urge to listen to these voices because they're giving you everything that you could really ask for, but you manage to resist the call of it. And sense immediately that the source of these voices has something to do with this idol.
Okay. I think he'd probably just walk up and try and see if you can look into the box.
Yeah, you can do. Kind of Well, hang on. As you get close, you realise that the box is just kind of there, sitting as like a table. It's not really.
Oh, okay.
It's not really like a chest that you open or anything like that. You're welcome to like search underneath and break it open, but I just wanted to make you aware that it doesn't look like it's something they store stuff inside of.
Yeah, sure. He'll kind of have a look around, maybe see about trying to pry his way into the box somehow, leaving the altar where it is. Like, surely Brandon or his sister will find some use for it.
Give me an athletics check. It's not a particular high DC.
18.
18. You break that bad boy open. Inside of which you find an assortment of strange kind of items. There's a couple of teeth. Some look vaguely humanoid, some don't. There's a kind of collection of tattered pieces of cloth, some quite bright, some very dull and dirty and very old. There's a couple of nuggets of what look like some kind of ore or metal, a very dark iron. One looks a little bit brighter. Again, all very old, though. They seem to have just been collected together in this box. Finally, at the very, very bottom of this collection of objects that kind of falls out, there is a broken shard of what looks like almost like slate stone. You didn't break it. This is the only piece that appears to have been in here, but it was clearly a part of a larger set that has been broken over time. Atop which there is this very, very rigid kind of runic language that appears to have been scratched into the very dark stone. I don't believe you do. In fact, I'm almost certain you don't have the language proficiency for this one. So yeah, absolutely not. You have no idea what it says, but it is real creepy looking language.
Okay. Well, with that, I think he'd kind of maybe hold the piece of slate in his hand before just tossing it over towards the altar, realizing there's not really anything of value to him. Before slowly trying to make his way out, but using the rest of my movement. So
Okay. Natara. They clearly didn't like your box idea.
They didn't. Tara's very offended. Not really, no. She's gonna move into the other room where they seem to have been going. She heard some rumbling about some oh shit in there, so she's gonna head on up. There, yeah.
I'll put that for you. There you go.
Thank you.
Yeah, so you've run out, and as you enter that kind of that split corridor space that I mentioned before when describing it for Brannon, and where Durgus has just run off down. You
Yeah.
can faintly see past him, I think, and maybe see just kind of the edge of a goblin.
No,
as it
she
tries to
doesn't
tell
see
you.
shit.
No, okay. Never mind.
Doesn't
I take
see
it all back.
anything.
I take it all back.
Excellent.
Okay, anything else? You can obviously take the dash action if you want to move again. You can.
And that's fine.
Okay. Geronimo, they're all running off, but it's okay because you got your left door and Tank looks fine.
There's a left door? Oh, baby. Do I open the left door?
Open it.
Yeah, Geronimo is going to... Seeing the others have gone through the other one, Geronimo being very smart is going to open this other door.
Oh, well, down that other door, you see a very dark, curvy-looking corridor filled with spider webs.
I forgot
Oh.
to look at spiders for a second. It's like, oh shit.
Filled with poo rats.
Oh, no, not the poo rats. All right, Geronimo is going to move in. Actually, can I pick up Tank?
You can put it. He's tiny. You can put him on you.
Okay, can I...
Would you like to go back?
Can I go back and have
Yeah.
Tank move 5 feet to me? I'm going to pick him up.
Okay. Move wherever you're going to move. We should just assume Tank is on your shoulder or in your hand or
Okay,
whatever.
So 5. Oh, I need to not click on Tank.
The door. That's
I've
fine.
got-
Yeah, you got it. There you go.
10, 20, no, 15.
15. Yep.
20.
5 times stable here, Jake.
I know.
Really hard.
25. There we go.
25.
That's my
Okay,
movement.
and I'll sit Tank behind you so you can see him, but obviously he is on your shoulder right now. Yeah, so you step around this winding corridor, reaching a set of steps that actually lead upwards slightly. Just ahead of you, even though you're at the bottom of the steps, you can faintly see up where there appears to be more very grim, dark-looking storage area full of boxes and pots and things like that. What's your passive perception?
12, I think.
Okay, yeah, you hear nothing.
I hear nothing. Okay,
Yeah.
nice.
Should
Should I use my action to dash?
Would you like to?
I feel spreading out a little too much may have horrible consequences.
Yeah, okay. Well,
Do it. Do it.
Geronimo's explored this part, so he's gonna keep exploring.
Okay.
No, he's not. He's gonna keep going. He's gonna go back. Actually, he's seen that there's a load of boxes. He's gonna be like, "Nah, it's just a load of boxes," and then he's gonna dash to go all the way back to where he was.
Okay. So there. Okay. Well,
And he's gonna
Geronimo.
call out to the others and go, "I found another room full of boxes." That's it. That's the end of my turn.
Okay. And for the wolves' turn, they do absolutely nothing, I'm telling you. And as we get to the end of this round of combat, given that we got to 9:15, I think we take another break here and we come back at the top of the round. We're returning to Brannon. Okay? So we'll
Sounds
take a
Okay.
we'll take a break here and we'll come back. And we are back right where we left off in our combat with our turn order as the party was chasing down the goblins they were fighting before. We had just got to the end of a full round and we were heading over for another one. So I rolled a new initiative for a new fighter emerging, though you can't see them. Brannon, we're going to start with you.
The corridor to the north. Can I see that there's a? I mean, there's a little way going that way, or does it look like it's closing off?
You can see that there's kind of a slight opening there. The cavern doesn't just completely shut off.
He looks at Natara and go, "Do we try and go up and get around them, or do I just stay with you guys?"
And Tara is looking incredibly focused on her own business.
Yep.
Yep.
In that case, he's going to charge forward next to Doga. 5, 10, 15, 20, 20, 30. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. And once he gets around the corner, we're going to throw out a fire bolt at the nearest one.
Okay. Those are both going to hit. So you strike the nearest goblin with a bolt of fire, which kind of scorches its upper arm as it shrieks out like a chicken.
That's all I've got at the moment.
Okay, Durgus. Brannon's showing you up. He just charged ahead.
Oh. Okay. Durgus obviously is not rudely pushed aside, but he sees as Brannon sort of runs up beside him. He peers towards him and then towards the goblin just in front, which has just been a little bit scorched. He grumbles to himself, taking back his axe, for aiming to lob it forwards as he screams out, "Take this, you little green bastard!"
Your angle being down around that kind of corner area, I will give the goblin some cover.
Ooh. Can I move forwards then first? I didn't realise.
Yeah, of course you can.
Yeah. He's gonna push in front of Brandon first and be like, you know what? I'm the one who attacks.
I'm the captain now.
I'm gonna move here because I for some reason
Hogling can't come with you.
Can he not?
That's your bonus action to do that, I believe.
He can move by himself, but to attack or anything else, he just
okay.
Yeah, it's really weird. I keep selecting both of them. But yeah, he's gonna try and launch it on forwards. After, I'd like to first cast. Sorry, I forgot about this Hunter's Mark. The bonus action, which I think is just verbal.
Yeah, it is.
There you go. Fucking actually Sugma. Well, if I do hit, he takes 1 extra damage. So yeah, come on, big luck. Oh, 22.
That is a hell of a lot of damage, and in fact, the 7 alone with that extra 1, but that is going to kill that goblin as you just throw the axe, kind of cutting him just in the chest as he turns the corner. He cries out, arms flaying to the side as the goblin hits the ground. Very dead.
Okay, and I think with that dude dead, Durgus is going to keep on pressing the advantage. As he's just moved 15, he's going to move 10 more. He's going to move up to here, and Poglin's going to come to his side.
Actually, his name.
Oh, it's not actually. I've just got him labeled. I've got him.
I know that's what he's
reason.
labeled as.
You'll have to change
Okay.
that.
You go advancing forward, and you begin to see more of this fairly large open cavern that appears to be filled with barrels that are full of, well, you assume water. Set into the middle of it, there is a fairly large kind of cistern aqueduct system that seems to be taking some of the water from somewhere and kind of draining it into this central hooded, covered area in the center of the room. Around which you can see, certainly hear, the sound of many pattering goblin feet.
Yeah, and I imagine just out the corner of his eyes, he'd see Baron, and he sort of peers over towards him and gestures for him to come on over. So, come on, join in the bloody fun. And yeah, I end my turn.
Baron, you have a chance to respond in a minute, but goblins are going next. And you know what this goblin's going to do? He's He's going to run away. 19,
God's
15, 20, 25, 30. He runs all the way to the other side of the room, getting as far away from you as he can. As Baron, it is now your turn.
Right. Not realizing that's the way the cavern goes, he's gonna start making his way towards the rest of the group. And screw it. We'll dash as well. So, to here.
Yeah, you run right past Durgus, turn the corner, step into that big old room, and you see a fair few eyes staring back at you. Some
That's
wolfy-looking eyes and
good.
some goblin-looking eyes.
He will return the menacing stare, awaiting next turn, because dash, yo.
Natara, Brannon, Durgus, and Baron, from what you can see, have all gone lunging and charging up the long corridor towards the goblins.
So yeah, he's gonna go up this corridor where people didn't go.
Okay.
You know, because that's a smart move, right?
Absolutely, split the party.
Oh yeah,
Always a
yeah.
sensible
This
choice.
is a great plan.
Yeah,
Ooh.
you step.
Yeah, what's she seeing?
So you step into a room that is also filled with another of these kind of pipe contraptions that seems to be collecting water from some kind of hidden vats or vents or some kind of collection system built into the rock walls. Around you there are more of these barrels and more signs of the cobwebs and stuff. Off to your left you can see that the cave opens up into another tunnel section, and in fact... that's about it there. And off to your right, you can see there's an opening that appears to lead into another kind of cave there. There's not a huge amount of particular interest in here.
She's gonna just move up here.
Okay. Yeah, and,
I thought I'd be able to see more, but I can't. Brilliant.
No. Looking off to the right there, you just kind of see that there is a way you could go. You could take a dash action if you want to use your action.
Yeah, can I do like a half dash?
I mean, dash is an action. How much of that dash movement you use is up to you.
Okay.
You can't use half the action, though. It doesn't break down like that.
Okay, you know what? She's gonna do exactly like Geronimo did and dash backwards.
Dash all the way back. Okay.
Yes.
Back you go. Cool. Okay. Geronimo. Lots of running up ahead, lots of shouting. You've just come back from your little adventure off into a side tunnel.
Yeah, Geronimo's gonna come with a tank in hand. He's gonna move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I can see something here.
And that would be the Drake.
Oh, okay. So I was about to shoot
I
it.
can see something. You should have shot it. You should have shot it.
Definitely scaly looking and a deep blue,
Wait.
not like the goblins around.
Yeah,
I can't
there
see
appears to be-
Geronimo right next to me. What?
yeah, because it's in darkness.
It's
probably.
in darkness.
Anyway, Geronimo's gonna then put down tank, and tank is gonna move 10, 15, no, 5, 10, 50. God, you know what? My maths today has been awful.
Yeah.
Anyway, there you go.
Okay, so tank goes wandering forward. You
I'm
hear. Oh, go on.
Oh shit, I'm terrible. I actually totally fucked up what I wanted to do. But anyway, I'm gonna use a dash action and move 5,
Okay. 10.
15.
Yep.
20. 25. Okay, now I can see. All right. So,
25.
was that 25?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
man.
25 there because it's one on from Brannon.
Okay. Now that I can see, tank has 125 feet range. Hell yeah. Geronimo spots prey. He kind of clicks his fingers back towards Tonk. Tonk is gonna fire at the gobbo. Intelligence saving throw. 20. You might be muted, Alex, if you're saying something.
With a 20, even with cover, which I would give it for all of the things that are currently standing in the way of tank right now, that is a shot and a half, as the beam of light that fires out with this cacophonous crash collides into the goblin, which the force damage is just going to blow him apart into little mincy goblin pieces.
Geronimo's going to go, yeah, as he jumps up in the air, right in front of Brandon. Although maybe Brandon can't see. No, Brandon can see because he's got light.
Yeah, he's got a light on him. That's fine. As we go to a howling from up ahead. Howling. As from out of sight, from out of nowhere, a pair of wolves jump forward to sick 'em on Barrand.
They can try, damn it.
They're going to have a +2 for flanking.
They can try, damn it.
And they're also going to have advantage because pack tactics.
Whoa.
They can try, damn it.
So the first one is going to roll a 23 to hit.
They're gonna do it.
And that's going to deal 5 piercing damage. The second one, though, even with the +2, is going to roll a 9 to hit, which is going to do nothing. However, the one that does hit, I'm going to require a strength saving throw, please.
Oh no, tetanus.
Yeah, it's
Rabies, sorry.
Oh no.
a 7. A 7's not going to do it. And as one of the wolves kind of lunges forward, and you manage to swat it down with kind of that closed fist that is around the handle of your axe, you turn just in time for the other wolf to clamp its mouth down onto your arm that's holding the torch. It latches on, sinking its teeth deeply in. That deals the damage. And then as it continues to hold on, it actually drags you to the ground. You are now prone.
Yikers.
Perhaps not a place you want to be. We'll have the little falling man to show that you are indeed prone. As we go round to a turn that definitely doesn't matter. Brannon, it's your turn.
Okay. Well, first thing is going to move forward.
Forward he goes, around Geronimo.
Wait, how much was that? That was only 5, 10, 15.
Yeah, 15.
Bugger. He's going to go... Oh, Jesus, that was a bad idea.
That's 25.
No, he's there. He's going to get there, and he's going to throw... Scorching Ray doesn't go through, does it? It hits target.
Yes, it hits target, doesn't go through.
Okay, cool. That's fine. He's going to throw out a Scorching Ray. 2 on this one, and 1 on the wolf to the north.
Okay, go for it. They are... Do you make the rolls for Scorching Rays, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's the first.
Okay, that's a 20 to hit.
There's the... Oh, sorry, it's using slots for the first cast one, but a sec.
Hey.
14 and 1.
The 14 will also hit. So, as you throw out your first 2 beams of kind of fiery light from your hands, they both strike into the wolf that missed Barrand. As it rears back as if to strike at the now prone barbarian, there is just this kind of whimpering howl as the first beam strikes into its kind of shoulder area, searing this great, nasty scar and almost blackening the fur around it. The second one then strikes into the hindquarters, causing the wolf to actually turn and yelp. As it does so, it kind of spins round, but the fire is just relentless, and eventually it is very much dead, as it's just sent to oblivion by the scorchingness. The one at the top, however, still latched on to Barrand, is a more difficult target, and as you do your best to avoid hitting your fallen comrade, you end up sending the beam streaking up into the ceiling instead of into the wolf itself. Better miss than hit your friend.
That's it.
Okay, Durgus, they're all getting ahead of you.
Not if he has anything to say about it. Any goddamn do. Yeah, I think first off, seeing obviously this wolf still besides old buddy, old friend, Baron Begee, he's gonna take his big old axe, peering towards it as his eyes sort of squint, Goes, "You're bloody next!" As I'd like to use my bonus action to move my hunter's mark over towards the little wolfy boy before launching his Axaroo.
Hunter's mark is moved, and roll your attack.
Wow. Actually, Fogma.
That axe goes spinning through the air, and similar to Brannon, you are doing your best to avoid hitting Baron, and in doing so, the axe just kind of loops over the top of the wolf. Again, blinking back into your hand a moment later, but another missed throw, I'm afraid.
The actual rolls today, I swear. Yeah, and then he's obviously this missing. He's gonna grumble before sort of clicking and whistling at the beast to his rear as he aims to move on forwards. Getting to, I think, around here, and bringing, obviously, the Drake coming up behind as, he tries to sort of impose himself, trying to, obviously, get around his downed friend.
Of course. Anything else?
That's my action, bonus action. Yep, that's me for now.
Okay. Now, as we go to the goblin's turn, I bring you to the words of the fantastic Kenny Loggins regarding the danger zone, Durgus. Because there is a cacophonous shriek from the goblin to the north of you, to your left as you step through, followed by the shriek of many, many goblins to your right. As we go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As 4 goblins go charging around the corner, a 5th quick to follow up behind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but he's a little bit short in the legs. As they come charging round to do their best to surround you.
I believe in a thing called love.
I'm glad you do. We're then going to go around the circle of fun. We're going to have these 3 goblins attack Durgus, with the bottom 2 going for your downed compatriot. So the top 3 goblins are first. 2 will gain flanking, so we'll do them first. The first one will roll a 20 to hit,
That hits.
dealing 8 points of slashing damage. The second will roll an 11 to hit.
That doesn't hit.
Nope. And the last one without the flanking will roll a 10 to hit.
That doesn't
So
hit.
2 kind of scimitars travel through the air. One of them you take kind of carefully on the leather armor on your shoulder. Or I'm not sure if you're in leather. I think you might be in hide or whatever. But you take it kind of fairly comfortably. It's not too bad. The weapons are fairly blunt. The second one comes in and kind of slashes low. You manage to parry away with the blade of one of your axes, but the last one comes in and just strikes down, dealing a nasty cut kind of across the chest. It's taken mostly by the armor still, but you definitely felt that last one there. Baron, you've got a slightly less positive time. They're going to have advantage. Oh wait, they should have all had advantage against you too because of pack tactics. No wait, no they shouldn't. That's just the wolves. Never mind, I take it back.
Thank God.
Whew. I wasn't
They
going to go back
can
anyway.
try.
They will have advantage against you though because you're
I'm
prone.
gonna die to goblins.
2 of them attack with advantage, though there are one of them has the benefits of flanking as well. And that is some bad rolls. That is a 9 with advantage, and that is a 13 with advantage. So
Idiot
even as you
goblins.
even as you roll around on the floor, doing your best to avoid these blades, they just seem to be slashing at the dirt. They really are idiot goblins. They've got no way of striking you with those terrible rolls. As that quite literally brings them over to you, Baron. Baron, you are prone.
Wait.
So am I not like grappled or restrained?
No,
or anything
I don't
by
think. I don't think technically you count as grab. I'll double check, but I think it's kind of latched on. But I think you're.
It just brings you down, I think.
Yeah, you're just knocked prone. You're okay.
Okay, well I'll use half his movement to stand back up.
Back up, you
And,
stand. Yes.
Getting a bit sick of this cave dwelling that I anticipated to be not much of a challenge initially. He's gonna build himself into a bit of a rage, shall we say. And is just gonna try and... Well, he'll drop the torch first of all, before trying to plunge his great axe into the wolf that had him grappled. Well, that brought him down.
Okay, roll away for me.
For a 16 to hit.
16 will hit, dealing 8 slashing damage, plus your rage
2
gives
from
you
rage.
2 from rage.
And
Oh,
I'd
3
also like to
actually.
use
It'll be 3
the,
actually.
I'd like to use the
talking.
reaction as well of my little Drake boy, who's gonna sort of tap the axe with his little tail, giving it this electric charge. As I'd like to try and use this reaction to infuse the strike, if I think that's how it works. Dealing 2 extra. There we go.
And you know what, though? As your blade comes round, Baron, it kind of cleaves into this wolf, taking out a really hefty chunk of flesh, striking into it very, very hard. For a moment, it's close to a lethal wound, and then all of a sudden you hear kind of the drake next to you give this mighty kind of gurgling roar, and as it does so, your blade suddenly sparks with lightning. The sparks shoot into the wolf. The wolf howls in pain and then reels and falls away. Those 2 points of damage, enough to kill it.
Hell yeah.
As I mark it as dead, and then I'm going to hide it and take it away, because it keeps the battleboard cleaner. But that wolf is dead.
Nice.
Get down.
And that'll be it for now.
Okay, Natara, it is your turn.
Aha! Finally, Natara is very sick of being practically blind, so she's gonna cast Dark Vision on herself.
Okay,
Yay!
tell me what
There
that
we
gives you.
go. It gives me Dark Vision
60 feet of dark vision.
for 8 hours.
Mission achieved.
Yeah!
That gives you dim light, or 60 feet.
Because she doesn't know where anybody went.
There you go.
She can only still see Tank for some reason.
Really?
That's because.
Yeah, okay, so she'll.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. Geronimo's
But
run
she
off.
know they went up this corridor, so
of course
she'll carry on into the corridor.
Okay. 30 feet puts you right on Geronimo.
On Geronimo?
Yeah.
Oh.
If you move your there you go. See,
There we go.
that's
It was a wall.
15. That's 20,
there we go.
25.
I'm just yeah, okay.
That would be 35.
God damn it, I'm standing on you.
Can't stand on Geronimo.
Oh my goodness. But he's so small.
It's true, but you can't stand on him.
Since she's already used an
Someday.
action, she can't I mean she'll just step over him, right? You can hide between her legs. Like keep out. Like I did earlier with Baron.
How dare you assume what my character
That's all terrible. Only I can do that with your player character.
You literally did this in the first
yeah.
session.
You have used your action, yes. You still have
Yes.
your bonus action if you have anything to do with that.
I don't have any bonus actions to be able to be used. No.
No, that's fine. Okay, we go to Geronimo.
Right, Geronimo is going to first of all order Tonk to come forward. So I can't. 10, 15. No, I can't. I can't because I don't want him to get lost within me. There we go. There's 15. Nice. Okay, he's 15 feet. Geronimo is then going to move forward to there.
Yep.
And he is going to cast for his action Fairy Fire.
Intriguing. Where is your fairy fire? Drop your fairy fire. You should actually get a thing that you can just drop.
Oh, can I do that? So how do I do that then? Will I just...
So if you click the dice
Yeah.
to cast the spell, then it should just give you a radius thing you can just
Oh.
drop.
Okay, yeah, I see. Interesting. I'm going to put it... I'm going to do that, because I think... no, I'll do that. It's about as much as I can see, really. That gets the 2 goblins in front of Durgus and Baron, right?
I can't see the radius. You'd have to post it.
Well, I clicked it.
Yeah, you just click it down. That would...
Oh, it does, because it just... they're in the...
they're in there. That gets the 4 goblins there on the right.
Okay, yeah. So, Geronimo's going to cast Fairy Fire.
Oh, DC 13 dex save. Let's get some saves out for them. So there are 4 goblins. I'm going to work down the left and then do the right.
Was that
Save
my
1.
DC? Spell DC?
Yes.
Oh,
2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, this level 13 will be the best you can get.
Mhm.
First one fails. Next to pass. Last one fails. So as the kind of area of fairy fire pops into existence, illuminating this zone of the the caverns, two of the goblins look very confused as a pink light kind of settles down around them, kind of almost marking them out like targets. As they begin to give off a dim glow. The other two kind of shake their hands and almost dance wildly around, doing their best to shake off the fairy fire. And it's a fairly passive spell. They do so with success. So the first one is now, we shall give you that one for targeted, and this one is targeted. And additionally, they are now giving off, I feel like it's like 10 foot of dim light.
It is, yeah.
That's it. Anything else?
Yeah, so he's now going to order Tonk to fire. And we're going to fire at this one.
Okay. Roll away. You have advantage because it is marked by the fairy fire.
Yeah, dude. This is what I'm all about. Saving throw. Let's go. Give me something tasty. 20.
20 will absolutely hit, so roll that damage.
Let's roll that damage with the Eldritch Cannon. It's a lot of dice.
Yeah, it's because it rolls all the different abilities at
Okay,
once.
8.
I've got the fire, the force, and the healing built in. 8. You know what? 8 will blow that one apart as well.
Bullseye.
Absolutely, as bits of goblin fly all over the area. He is just smashed to smithereens by the impact of this very fast bullet.
No, that's it then.
Okay, as we go around to the next person, which are sadly dead, so we can remove them from the combat and instead go to definitely things that don't matter. Brannon.
Okay, just to start off with, how are these two goblins to the north looking?
Untouched, unscathed.
That and the two in front of these guys, how are they?
Unscathed.
And they're injured.
No, yeah, basically every goblin currently still standing hasn't been touched yet. However, the one obviously at the top here is currently marked with this kind of pink outline of fairy fire.
In that case, then he's going to throw out a magic missile, and it's going to have the first one hit this guy, second one hit this guy, and third one hit this guy.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, perfect. Okay, roll away.
So 3, 3, 4. So 3, 3, 4.
3, 3, and 4. So, the first of the missiles, or the first two missiles, kind of strike out, hit into the goblins, who recoil and shriek in the pain, though they manage to clutch at their injuries and stagger back upright as best they can. The last one seems to go in with a little bit more force, and as it pirouettes, it actually hits into the side of the goblin, almost seeming to knock the wind out of it, as it begins to splutter out what looks like almost teeth. It's a little bit of blood. It seems that last one just took it over that line of becoming bloodied, perhaps.
Ooh.
Ooh. Anything else?
Oh, that's everything.
Okay, as we go down to Durgus.
Yeah, okay. So he's just basically warded off the fucking goblin super attack. And you know, he got hit, he's a little bit annoyed. And seeing obviously this one to his right begin to glow with this strange almost is fairy fire pink? I've always imagined it as pink.
It can be an assortment of colours. Pink is a classic.
Yeah, I've always seen it as pink. Once you see it glow with a strange sort of pink aura, he's gonna grin sort of from ear to ear and goes, "You can make your bloody glow, but I can make you bleed." As he raises his axe, changing his hunter's mark once more because I don't want to lose it with a bonus action to this one now. He's gonna aim to give him a big ol' whackaroo.
You have advantage.
That's a 22.
Roll that hunter's mark damage as well.
Okay, that'll be. Yeah. Why does it always do this? That doesn't matter. 4.
And with a great hefty swing of that hand axe, you take the arm off of the goblin, which goes stumbling away, clutching at the stump where its arm used to be, blood spraying into the air as you do indeed make him bleed, and he dies.
Hell to the yeah. And then I think Pudge is now going to move up as well, just beside him, snarling the sort of... oh, wait.
Yeah, I won't let him
I
take
can't
that
move
area.
it there.
No,
yeah,
you can't
okay.
because of the wall.
That's a big old wall. Never mind.
There's a big old wall.
Yeah, if that's the case, you know what? Little pudgy boy's gonna go on down here to protect Brannon.
So sweet.
Yeah, that's me, I think.
Okay, as we go back to the goblins, they're looking less certain about themselves, and I need to check around the area again. You know what? They're going to go scampering. Their attack has failed. They are each going to take the bonus action to disengage, and they are going to run.
Fucking goblins, man. Oh my god.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then they dash. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5,
Do you think
6.
this is like the attack of Helm's Deep, but like from the goblins' point of view? Like we're the Urukai, like they're just waiting for like Goblin Gandalf to come in and rescue.
When do I get to toss Durgus?
Toss me!
The top ones are going to do the same, though I think they may run in a different direction. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Move them there. 5, 6. So 2 of them go running off to the south. Let me just get rid of.
Yeah, get rid of my thing.
2 of them go running off to the south on the battle board, moving down towards where they seem to have emerged from. The other pair that were to your north or to your left, depending on your facing, run off in the opposite side of the cavern, heading for what looks to be a small tunnel that they begin to scurry down. Though definitely all still within range, we shall go to Baron, who is up, carrying his... I shouldn't have let you attack with your axe. You've still got a torch. I'm gonna
I
remember
dropped
that next
it.
time. Oh, you dropped it? Never mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sweet. Out of curiosity, now he's angry and raging. Has the anchor come back?
The anchor is back, hanging from your left hand off of a very, very long piece of kind of chain or rope is this kind of almost ethereal anchor which you are clutching very tightly.
Sweet. Right. Well, with that, he's going to step on forward, grabbing that anchor in hand, and walking... Let me just check some measurements.
Yep.
Yeah, cool. Walking here, seeing the goblin in view. He's gonna fling forward that anchor, trying to grab at that little son of a gun, trying to run away. That boy
So
there.
remind me how your mechanic works, because obviously this is a...
So I'll post it as well.
Yeah, go for it.
As a bonus action, you can use this appendage to strike at one creature of your choice that you can see within 15 feet. It must succeed a strength saving throw. The DC will be 13, or be pulled 10 feet in a straight line towards me.
Strength saving throw. They're not very good at these. And it rolled a 3. So it is pulled up to 10 feet towards you. 5,
Yeah.
10. Bam. Yeah, so the anchor that you guys have never seen before, except maybe Brannon, that is currently lashed to Baron's left arm, goes swinging forwards in this great arc, hefted across the 15-foot space, latching and catching around the neck of the goblin, which gurgles as it is yanked back with this great heave, returning straight just in front of Baron. Baron, yeah, it's there.
And then he will swing his large great axe, attacking recklessly against him.
You may roll with advantage then.
For an 18.
And you will definitely do it, and 9 will cut that goblin in half. Again, the gurgling is barely done when there is just this wet kind of cutting, champing sound as the axe bites straight through goblin flesh. And it is killed again. I'm just going to move these off the board before they clutter it up. Very, very dead.
Cool. Removing goblin from axe and kicking it to the side, that'll be the end of his turn.
Fantastic. Natara.
Yes, there's no targets left for her to poke at, so she's gonna walk up to the group.
Yep, between Durgus and his Drake.
Yep. Goes, is that everything? Did you kill them all?
No, they're bloody running.
Oh, they run in.
She looks around to see if she can see them running somewhere.
You probably can't see. Would this have happened on? This kind of all happens together. So yeah, since this all happens together, kind of in the same time span. As you were approaching, you would have seen the goblins as they fled up this way,
Okay.
and as they fled down this way. Though
Okay.
you would have also just seen as Baron just cut one in two, having
Yeah,
pulled it
she's
back with an
gonna
anchor.
dash up to here then.
Okay. Up next to creepy Baron.
In pursuit. Ooh, creepy.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, so you make your way up towards the corner. You can hear the goblin ahead of you, though obviously you probably can't see it right now. Anything else?
Nope.
Geronimo.
Is first of all going to pick up old tank.
Yep.
And is going to go 5,
Bobby
10,
tank.
15, 20, 25. And then he's
carry.
going to dash for his action.
Mm-hmm.
And go 5, 10. And put tank down.
Whereabouts?
Just in front of him.
Okay.
Just like here.
Okay.
And then he's going to, for his bonus action, instruct tank to fire.
Fire away.
Something I forgot, by the way, to do is that if it's a target is a creature, when it hits with a force ballista, it moves back 5 feet away from the.
I don't think anything has survived after the one hit yet.
Oh
so.
yeah, of course. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
don't-
Mikhail,
okay.
yeah, that's all good. It's just saying nothing has survived first contact with the force ballista as of yet. So when
no,
that
I'm
happens,
just-
we'll remember.
All right, I just remember it not being having done, so I just was like, oh crap, I've
Yeah,
forgotten.
the bits
Oh,
definitely flew back 5 feet.
Okay, let's do the saving throw. Let's go. 24.
Yeah, no, that's gone. And I mean, you can roll for it, but unless you roll double nat ones, this thing's basically dead.
Well, let's just.
Yeah, this is
let's just
cursed it
see.
now. This is cursed it now.
You may have cursed it. I don't think it is double nat ones.
It's not double
8.
nat ones. Nope. With an 8 again. Another. The head of this goblin knocked clean off as the force ballista shot fires into the back of it, knocking the head over its friend, who squeals in terror. As another one is just ended. This pile of dead tokens I've got on my GM layer is just stacking up.
Yeah, and that's the end of my turn. Although I do notice the massive amount of giant weasels in here.
There are some giant weasels sitting in their pen. I'll hide them, and you can see the beautiful art.
Oh, look at them. The majestic weasels that will be
The,
mounted.
the majestic weasel.
Look at him.
There you
My
go.
weasel
Brandon.
harem.
Okay, that's definitely not one of those sessions.
Yeah.
Okay, Brandon, we're back to you.
They went up this way, didn't they?
One of them ran up this way. The other ones ran down south.
Sorry, the one of them went up which way?
That way.
What?
That way.
Okay.
Yeah, over here.
In that case, then. Oh god, I'm not going to be able to see them at all. I'll see if I can get the one down. 25. Okay. Just. He's going to run there, and he's. Oh shit! I don't actually have any slots for that. Fuck it. We'll throw a fireball at it. Fire
Fireball.
bolt. Bolt.
Overkill
Yeah,
incarnate. Oh no. Burned to a crisp behind the brain. Gone.
Do these weasels look friendly?
They look a bit feral. They kind of hiss as you get nearby, but it's more of just that natural bestial nature rather than any kind of aggression specifically against you. They're also watching quite intently just because you seem very interesting.
As a free action, can I throw a ration in there?
You haven't drawn an item, have you?
No.
Yeah, I'll allow it. Screw it. You throw a ration in there, and it is kind of like happy, almost chirping noise that rodents make as the three weasels scurry around and begin kind of chewing away as quickly as they can on the ration that falls between them.
Yeah, that's it.
Durgus, you
It
you
may-
hear happy chirping sound coming from the weasel pen.
It me. Okay. Well, I think Durgis's eyes or focus is going to be sent a little bit somewhere else as he's going to charge on forwards, moving with his squat old body, as he's going to point firmly over in this direction as he barks out towards his little fat Drake. Go on, chase after them! Bring them down! As I'd like to, first off, yeah, you know what? He's going to move over here. And then, oh crap, I'm bleeding. Oh, that's epic. Sorry, I just noticed the move. And then, little old fucking fat bastard's going to move on over here. As, oh, I don't know, I'm thinking.
That's always dangerous.
Yeah. Well, he's going to move on here anyway. He's going to move on over this direction. I guess there-ish.
Yeah, that's your 40 feet. The Drake goes running ahead of you. Its little legs moving faster than yours.
And now the question is, do I dash and Hunter's Mark the running goblin, which is basically useless, or does bonus action little old pog boy to go chase after him? Oh, no, I can't, can I? Because he's probably not in range, is he? Like, I can't actually see the goblin around this corner.
He does not seem to be close enough to attack. I mean, you can't really know, but it doesn't seem to. It still seems to be mid-chase at the point that he gets to here. It doesn't seem to be ready to lurch out and lunge at something.
Okay, if that's the case, I think Durgus is gonna action dash. To get around the corner because I hate how stumpy and small dwarves are. Like that 5. Oh, okay.
Okay, you run straight around the corner behind it. Okay,
Yep.
we're there.
Yep, and he's going to bonus action, shout after it. Yes, I will bloody hunt you to the ends of the earth. As I like to use my Hunter's Mark again, because I don't want to lose it, because I only have like
Okay.
2.
Yep.
things.
So the Hunter's Mark is turned with that terrible insult or that fearful challenge. He's definitely marked as your prey. Anything else?
And I guess that's me, because I hate being a dwarf.
Okay, don't worry, because the goblin hates you being a dwarf so much so that he is in
Hell
fact
yeah.
gonna bonus action disengage and run.
Oh my god.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and make a dash as well. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As you just hear the sound of fleeing.
Fucking goblins. Oh my god.
They're vermin. This is how a dungeon crawl should be
It's
played.
literally
crawling,
like
no crawling whatsoever.
we're running. So-
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I think I get bonus tracking him because of Hunter's Mark.
You can still hear him up ahead. Like
Yeah.
these feet are not being quiet. There is no stealth whatsoever. This guy is just running. As we go to Barrand,
Barrand is
your prey escapes Barrand. And that
yeah,
anchor is feeling real heavy.
yeah. He's gonna just gotta measure. Gonna first of all walk up here, and then another 10 feet forward, and then he will action. Will dash. So
Which another 30. Another chamber filled with these strange pipes. These ones, however, aren't producing water. They seem to be collecting this strange, dark, viscous liquid at the bottom.
Damn. Okay.
You can hear the dwarf. You can hear the dwarf the other side of the contraption.
Oh, I need to attack something on my rage, guys.
Attack
Yeah,
the water.
I don't think it works like that.
Attack the barrel. Attack
Smash
the barrel
it.
right next to you.
Yeah, attack it.
Take your rage on that barrel.
Oh wait, it's a bone. Oh, I used my action there.
You use your action. You still have a bonus action.
Bonus action.
Could I
kick the
anchor the barrel? Or just like dig it in or something? I don't know.
You still have 5 feet of movement.
Do I?
Yeah, I counted it. You've got 5 more feet. There is a chance you could pull an angle here, but you
There's like
cannot
a
see.
50-50.
Where do you go, hoping to see that goblin?
Left. God damn it. Okay.
Yeah.
Sun's gonna
Okay.
away. He just
Okay.
anchor disappears. Looking
Yeah,
sad.
the anchor begins to vanish as the rage ceases. Natara, they're all charging this way. The party's running. There's no cohesion whatsoever.
Natara's getting pretty damn sick of running now, but she's gonna keep running after it.
Oh, maybe the running will come to an end soon.
Maybe.
Bloody,
Maybe.
where's the boss, Alex? This is Alex being pissed off of us taking so
Basically.
long to RP, but he's basically making us chase, like, speedrun this dungeon.
Basically, that's what we're doing. Speed running.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Sure you do.
No, I'd never.
And then
suggest such a thing.
she's gonna dash after because why not?
Yeah, that's so 30 feet up. That gets you just behind Baron. Look at that. You're in the same room as him.
Fabulous. It's like
Anything
jogging.
else?
No.
It is. It's jogging simulator.
Basically
Geronimo.
jogging simulator, yes.
Jesus. Okay. He's gonna pick tank back up.
Okay. Hank is collected.
He's gonna look towards Brannon now and go, "Hey, you Hetsy, why don't we try and cut them off and go the other way?"
Brannon nods and turns to run and go, You go ahead!
Okay, I'll see you there. And Geronimo is going to run normally, so let me just... 25 feet, that is... Can you move me there, Alex? Thank you. And then a dash. There, please.
Bam.
Nice, there we go.
Hank is carried with you.
Beautiful. And that's my turn.
Okay, you begin running off in the opposite direction as we go down to Brannon. Brannon, where are you running?
Brandon's running after Geronimo.
Okay.
He's going to dash as well, so that's 70 feet?
Yeah, 35 doubled would be 70. Don't go into those walls.
It would be much more appropriate with some Benny Hill music right now.
It would, but I don't want, like, there's a moment. I feel there's a moment about to happen. And
Okay.
yeah.
Mhm.
He wanted us to split the
got
party.
I always want you to split the party. It's always deeply amusing to me.
Oh, God.
Okay, is that your turn there, Brannon?
Yeah.
Durgus. There's a little bit of blood
Well-
coming out your bottom, but
Would you look at the time? You know what? If he stops, that blood's gonna start pooling, so you may as well just keep on running.
keep on running.
Yeah, so I think he is going to dash
Okay,
personally.
that gets you to the other side
just
of
in
Natara.
front of Natara. Oh, I am dragging blood. holy
You are, yeah.
And then I think he is going to. Oh, I've lost sight of the little dragon. Oh,
That
that's
would
fine.
this would put the Drake as having that would put it 5. That's 10. So he's at 60. So he's got 20 more feet he can move.
Okay. And I think he's gonna move on around the corner. Oh, I can't see his vision as well. So
No,
I have
you
no idea
can't.
what he's seeing.
No, he moves round the corner.
Can Durgus gauge if he seems surprised or if he seems to focus?
he looks like he's eyeing something up that's round the corner.
Okay, that's probably a goblin. I think Durgus is going to bonus action tell him to attack.
He would have used his action to dash
Oh, fuck
to
man.
keep up with you, because even his normal movement doesn't keep up with your dash.
Oh my god, okay.
So he's round that corner, and that's all he can do.
Well, I guess he's just going to move into this little corner now then. Oh, or maybe not. I don't know. You know what, he's going to stay there.
He's there
Oh, for
now.
God's sake.
As we
For
go
God's
around to
sake.
the goblin turn, and you watch as the Drake's head turns, as if watching the goblin run away.
For God's sake.
Okay.
Oh, this is like the one time we need a rogue, literally.
I also need to roll a couple of initiatives.
Oh, fuck man. God.
Okay. Okay. Baron, You're not so angry anymore. That anchor's vanished. You know the goblin's ahead. You could definitely hear it running.
No, I'm sad.
Yeah, big sad.
Right. Let's keep going.
I value this.
That's the motto for this episode. It's literally run, Forest, run.
Oh, are we seeing? Are we seeing? Are we seeing now, Baron?
Hey, I can fight,
Okay.
and with realizing what is stood in front of him, or maybe not realizing. I don't know if he's seen one of these before.
Maybe.
He is going to pull out a javelin that is hidden somewhere on his person.
Do you want
Can
to
I
take-
use my thing to empower it with the little dragon boy?
No, because it can't see the target.
Oh, it's okay. I thought he was... Okay, that's fine.
When another creature within 30 feet of the Drake that it can see hits with a weapon attack.
So can it see
Oh,
Baron?
yeah, okay, actually. It doesn't specify hits with a weapon attack.
Yeah, like it infuses the person.
Yeah, okay, yeah, it's the person that's casting. Yeah, you could do it on Baron if he hits.
Okay.
You want to step forward another 5 feet, Baron?
Oh, can I?
Yeah, you got 5 more feet.
Nice.
You can go left there.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's get swarmed by these boys.
Famous
No.
last words.
He's gonna bring up a javelin and kind of like an Olympic athlete launch it through the air. I've said that and now it's gonna miss horribly.
Yeah.
To try and hit.
Well, you're currently clutching your two-handed axe, aren't you?
Yeah.
Drop it.
You gotta drop that bad boy.
Just pick it up next time. It's fine.
So, yeah, okay. He'll just kind of
Drop the axe, okay, yep.
I also suggest you rage again if you're about to get bollocked on.
pick it up. There'll be something like that. I can feel it. I mean, I don't even know if I can rage because you drop it if you don't hit anything.
This is very true.
Well, no.
It lasts if you go a turn without without hitting something. If he misses, he may very well drop.
Oh my god.
Could I
Alright.
prepare an attack on one of them then?
You can prepare, yeah, if you want to prepare an action.
The first
Tell
thing
me-
to get up in its grill, he'll
Yep.
swing his axe at it.
Okay, so your action is if it charges forward, you want to attack it first.
Yep.
Perfect. Okay, so that's the qualifier. Fantastic. Yeah, you can prepare that. Natara, Baron's gone running around the corner, and there aren't screams of agony and pain.
Tara assumes that he's not caught up to anything. She's gonna carry on running after him.
Yep.
Over here, yes.
Okay.
Eh.
It might not let you. You may have to
No,
follow a
it
different
doesn't.
path.
There we go.
I've been 25. You'd be 5 foot back with your normal movement to get around it.
Okay. Well, she actually sees something up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's gonna attack it.
Tara make her first attack.
Go
Yeah.
for it. Yeah. What are you attacking with?
Chill touch.
Chill. Oh, one of my favorite spells. The ghostly spectral hand will fly from your own, streaking towards this strange, dark, red-skinned humanoid. A 13 to hit. It swings forward. The creature actually reaches up and almost with a backhand swats the chill touch to one side.
That's my turn. Yes.
Okay. As we go to Geronimo, the flanking maneuver is in effect.
This is gonna go so badly. This is gonna...
We will get there.
The flanking maneuver is in effect.
Right, the first 25 feet. Can you move me there, please?
Where about? You're gonna go down there. Okay, that's fine. You're going south.
And then the next 25 feet there.
What? Why are you going through there?
You would end up there because that wasn't technically from you. That was from the space next to you. There you go.
okay.
But yeah, you just Brandon, you watch as he runs back down that way.
As a side note,
please stop running so bloody far away. I can't get the whole map on the stream now.
Focus on you guys. They're performing a separate flanking maneuver. It's a totally different operation.
This is Operation.
I'm just worrying from a stream perspective because the map
We
is
don't
now
have to
too
worry.
big.
We don't have to worry about them. Focus on the actual combat.
Alright.
They can appear, like Randy Orton out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Okay, Geronimo, anything else?
No, that's it. I'm done.
Okay, still scampering through. We go back to Brannon. Brannon, you've watched Geronimo run back down that way.
Take a second to just. He would have tried to stop, but then he runs off and goes blink and just goes north.
Okay.
So that's 5?
Yeah.
Or does that count as 10?
That'd be 5. It's a diagonal.
Okay. Oh god, this is going to take ages.
Oh my god.
What the fuck?
You continue to circle around this maze that you didn't explore, trying to figure out your looping method of getting there. Okay, Brannon, you've been running. Durgus,
Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, right.
the footsteps of your companions behind you, long lost as they perform flanking maneuver 74.
Right. This is
Fuck's
gonna
sake.
move on up. Still hoisting his thing into hand, and oh my god, there's only a little thing over there.
15,
Wait, can I
okay.
even-
That's
Oh, if I-
you've used 15, so you've got 10.
Actually, Fugma. Okay, right. I think he's gonna. I'm gonna move here first. Oh, well, I can't see anything. Actually, fuck this game. All right. I think south is safer than west. Oh, thank God. Okay. Right. Okay, I see a wolf.
Good.
Wolf. Yes. I think. Oh my god, why is the Hunter's Mark Goblin so fucking far away? Right. Leg my balls. I think Pogling. Can he not even charge in either? Oh no,
he's got 40 feet of movement.
Oh my god, he's so speedy. Such a speedy boy.
Oh,
Yeah,
30,
right.
30 will take him to the bridge.
He's gonna go in there and bite the first thing he sees, which I can't even tell what it is. I can just see purple boots.
That's
But he's
fine.
gonna-
As he goes towards the kind of larger humanoid figure, I'm going to stop you as he gets there. As the goblins perform their prepared action, and each is going to fire their short bow at Pogling.
No!
Why would you do that to Podge?
It wasn't specific to him. It was specific to whoever charged out first. So that
It's
is
fine.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shots with short bows.
5? There's 5 in there? Oh my god, we're dead.
Rip.
Yeah, 'cause
Don't
you
worry,
haven't
guys,
killed-
we're
You haven't killed
flanking.
you haven't killed like 9 goblins already. Okay. What is his AC?
16.
It's not bad. He's going to be hit by 3 of them
Oh,
as he takes 5, 6, and 7 points of damage.
Okay, he's still in it. He's still in
He's
it.
down to 2 hit points.
He's still in it.
As the Drake gets out there, those of you who can see out onto the bridge, you just watch as this flurry of suddenly arrows fly and hit the Drake right in its scales. A couple of them kind of shatter into the ground, but a majority of them actually strike into his flesh, and you hear these kind of pained, draconic howls as it continues to lumber forward, blood beginning to run down its side.
I've had him
Yeah.
5.
Literally.
Well, shit. I think Durgus, obviously seeing this, is gonna cry out, Budge! No! As he takes his axe and he lobs it on forwards towards the first thing he sees, which is still this thing.
Okay. Your range from it is 25, so I think that's at disadvantage.
Oh, it actually is as well. Oh my god.
Mine is 20.
I have made the worst build known to man. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It'll get
Good
good
save.
at some point.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Actually, fucking Ligma. Yeah, we rolling. Oh, actually, suck my life.
I can just hear him like rage quit.
The chair says it all.
That would be a net
Oh.
1 with the returning hand axe. So the axe goes forwards, but the range is a little bit too far for you, and you will watch as the axe vanishes down into the chasm. There is a pause of silence before the axe pops back into your hand, Durgus, but 100% that was just too short.
I actually want to die. Right, it's fine. It's
The
fine.
Drake has gone forward. You can still command it to attack with your bonus action if you
Yeah,
choose.
he's gonna do that. Come on.
Make a bite.
Make up for it. Make up for
Make
it.
a bite. Go on.
I believe in a thing called love. I believe in a thing called... No, I believe in a thing called a fucking 7, apparently.
A 12 from the Drake will not hit. So as it snaps its its teeth towards the larger hobgoblin, for those of you intrigued, it kind of champs down onto the metal armor this creature is wearing, and it seems to kind of resist the static shock and lightning of the bite from the Drake. Anything else?
No, it's good. It's cool. I need to read what happens now if the Drake dies, so give me a second.
As an impartial GM, I would definitely recommend you read that. The hobgoblin responds by drawing back a longsword and swinging it down towards the Drake, rolling a 12 to hit. So this will clack into the scales of the Drake, actually kind of scraping off with this metallic ringing sound. The Drake seems unharmed by the longsword, unfortunately, as the wolf companion lunges forward and tries to bite. And with pack tactics, it has advantage, rolling a 20, dealing 4 piercing damage. And Pogling is grabbed by the wolf, pulled to one side, and actually hurled off into the chasm.
Well, shit on my dad.
There is a sad moment as you feel that Pogling is gone.
He's not. I need to change his name because Pogling's good.
You've got to come up with a name for it.
I'm calling him Pudge. There you go, Pudge works.
Okay,
Even if
Pudge
he's
is his
dead
name.
now, rest in peace. Named
Pudge is
after
his
his death. See, this is why you don't name things, otherwise you get attached.
This is
His
why you
name
don't
is
send them
Pudge.
first into a corner where you can't really see.
Well,
I
I'm
don't know
sorry
what
if
you're
I
talking
expect it to be a few goblins which you've been chasing instead of, well,
Should've flanked, man.
Yeah, he was expecting us to flank in support.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was, but unfortunately you're probably down on the other side of the map right now.
The flanking process is occurring. That's all I can say.
I'm gonna make a bet. They're probably around here-ish.
Not far from where Geronimo is.
Oh my god, no. Okay.
Yeah, they're really far away.
It's then the goblins' turns, and they're all gonna draw new arrows, and we're gonna have 3 of them make normal attacks at you, Baron, and 2 of them will be made with you having half cover, which is a +2 to AC. So we will do your plus to AC first. So your AC is +2 for these 2 as I read them out. A 17 and a 14.
17 will hit.
Okay, you will take 3 piercing damage as a little kind of almost sharpened stick flies in and grazes part of your upper arm. The other 3 will be at normal AC.
Is that halved because of the rage?
He's not raged.
You know?
No,
Nope.
Oh,
he's
we
prepared an
lost it.
action. He hasn't raged.
I thought
He
he was
lo-
already
he-
raged from before. Though,
You
wasn't
lose
No,
the
he
rage
lost
if you
it.
go a turn without doing anything, basically
okay,
aggressive.
got it.
So he fell out of rage when he lost the goblin briefly. So the next 3 will be at normal. I am seeing an 11, an 8, and a 21.
21.
21 will deal 4 points of damage as another little short bow arrow strikes into you. There's a couple in there. They're a little bit painful, but frankly, compared to some of the blows you've taken, these are pretty weak. These goblin bows aren't very strong. As we get to your turn, in fact, Baron. They didn't charge forward. Instead, they hurled the Drake off into the abyss.
Right. Speaking of throwing something in, expecting not much to hit it. Let's do it. let's head in.
Okay. Fantastic.
And he is going to break out into another fit of rage.
Rage.
And seeing the hobgoblin stood in front of him, a bigger, more formidable foe, going to bring his great axe round, recklessly attacking, and we'll go for a great weapons master as well.
Oh, he's stacking them all up.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what you got. Show me that roll, please, player.
Oh no. A 15?
A 20 with your modifier.
Yeah, but it's minus
but you
five.
get a -5. A 15. Baron. Is the 14 with your +10?
No.
No, that was just a high roll with the d12. So you are a 24. Baron, with a terrible roar, one of your hands now clutching at the rope that ties this anchor that almost seems to drag at your left side. You grab a hold of your axe, spinning it almost above your head in this round circular motion, almost like a typhoon. The hobgoblin backpedals slightly, avoiding the first of the swings, but you continue to step forward, your rage causing you to froth at the mouth as you just advance and advance and advance. The hobgoblin stumbles, trips to one side, and as it does so, it falls into the reeking havoc of your blade, which takes one of its arms clean off, almost at the socket. The blade continues to swing round, striking upwards, catching the neck, and then swiping up into the jaw, almost taking the whole face off of this creature, as in one hefty blow. It's dead.
Oh, the biggest damage ever.
It's dead.
Damn, son. And then he's going to continue moving onwards, stepping over the hobgoblin like it was nothing, eyeing up the goblin archers, ready to give them their demise. And that's where we'll end the turn.
Fantastic. I love it. Natara.
Natara's gonna move up a little bit just to get in a better line of sight.
Okay.
And that wolfy boy there.
It is, yeah.
Oh, okay. She's gonna. How far is over there? Right. She's going to do another chill touch
At the wolf.
at this goblin over here.
That goblin there. Perfect. Okay. 15 will absolutely hit, and so there are 3 points of necrotic damage as this kind of skeletal hand folds off of yours, swings through the air, and latches onto the goblin, sinking in with this dark, burning necrotic energy. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Geronimo. Operation Flankum is in effect.
Yeah, Geronimo, as he runs, he's gonna move.
5, 10, 15.
There we go. There's 25. Can you move me there, please?
I can, yeah.
Yeah. Do
Yeah, that's fine.
20.
Yeah. And then one up.
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
Look at that.
Perfect. As he gets there, Geronimo screams through the other doorway. Can you move Tank as well to me?
Oh, sorry. I think I did actually. I think he's on you.
Oh, he's on you. Okay. As Geronimo screams out, "Yeah, keep going, Hatsy. We're gonna get there. We gotta help our friends."
Brandon, you hear this shouting coming from just forwards and to the left. It's as if you're kind of neck and neck.
Jesus Christ.
As we actually go back to your turn, Brannon.
Yeah, he's going to dash again.
Yeah, so Geronimo, you're actually going to see as Brannon steps out.
10 to get... Oh god, this is not going to go well. Oh, thank Christ.
Yep, you can open that door.
Oh, for fuck's sake, finally.
Oh my god.
That used my action to dash that for last 5
Yeah,
feet.
it did.
Yep, okay.
Yeah, you literally...
That's still so far to go.
Across
Is
the
that
great
water?
cavern. No, that is just a deep, dark drop. Across the great cavern, in which there is a deep ravine that seems to circle off this space. You just hear like the kind of creaking of a door open very quickly, and see Brannon's sweaty face poke out after he has ran pretty much the entirety of a circuit of this underground lair.
I have nothing of use.
No, you don't. You've just turned up sweaty and breathing hard.
You know what's the funniest thing, though? Just if you know where Brannon is, just imagine where Geronimo is right now.
Geronimo's still not appeared.
Just imagine where Geronimo is right now.
Durgus, you can't even see Brandon. He hasn't reappeared for you yet, but you definitely heard him.
Oh my god. Okay, right. Well, Durgus, he's more focused on the fact that his new best bud in the world has been basically thrown into the Sparta pit. So he's going to charge on forwards with his axe on raised, probably glancing over to see, oh my fucking god, they're so far away. Alright, okay. There's so many goblins as well.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And he's going to pull forwards his second axe as he goes. And as he runs, he is going to launch... He's going to launch forwards his returning axe towards the one he previously marked.
Yep.
As yeah, I'm going to try and make a
You are at
attack
disadvantage because you're making a ranged attack within melee of the wolf.
Actually, fug my life. Oh my. You know what? He's just going to whack the wolf. He's just going to whack the wolf.
Yep.
He's
No,
angry. He's just
will
going to
be
whack
at
the
normal.
wolf, Alex.
That will be at normal.
Yep.
Yep. You whack the wolf. Hit that wolf with your
He's
hand.
going to whack the wolf. Actually, no, I'm done. I'm actually done. I don't think I've rolled like. I don't think I've
Those
actually
would be-
hit anything in
Dude,
my life.
Strength Ranger is nuts.
Strength Ranger is so powerful. I'm so glad that you built this character.
I rolled 4 3 times in a fucking row. Okay, it works when it works, which is just happened to me now.
Yeah, unfortunately, the wolf is a little bit across the way, and kind of you swing out of it, but you don't quite reach the wolf as it kind of leans back away from the gap that you're fighting across. But
But that was just but a fluke as he goes in. Of course, this is wolf darting away as he pulls up with his second hand axe, attacking offhand. No.
Yes!
Does that hit? Please say
An
that
11? An 11 does not hit. No. As you bring the second hand axe up, and this one just swings into the same space of air.
rolled above 10 like this entire session.
You have like once or twice in 4 hours.
Brilliant. Great. Thanks, Alex. Thanks.
The problem is it's Dan Lind.
It's actually Dan Lynn has come back to haunt me.
It's
You and
because
dice rolls.
It's because you aren't calling your prayers out to someone anymore.
Because when I did that, I rolled bad as well. Okay,
Your agnosticism has come back to haunt you.
Oh, no, I've got to start being iconoclast. That's the goddamn thing.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Hobgoblin's dead. We can actually remove him from the turn
fuck,
order.
man.
But the wolf is still going. Oh wait, I just remembered something.
What?
Wait.
You're flanking the wolf
Hell yeah, I am.
because Baron's on the other side, which means that 11
It's a 13.
Wait.
that becomes
Wait.
a 13. That'll hit.
Oh!
So I take it back with that offhand attack. The offhand attack seemed to miss, but almost cocky with attitude, suspecting that you, Durgus, the character, were just on a bad streak of rolls, and were in fact nothing more than an overhyped subclass. Just stepped back forwards into the space it once occupied, and is actually caught by the return of the hand axe, cleaving this great gouge out of its fur and flesh, leaving this dark red stain across its chest. A hefty blow with your offhand
My
attack.
job here is done.
Absolutely. Now you can retire.
Jump into the
Retire the
void
character.
after.
Yeah,
jump
retire
into
the whole
void after
character.
punch.
The
Oh,
wolf,
God.
however, he wants to get you back.
You can try,
He's
goddammit.
going to try and bite you. And with a roll of a 17.
Alex, I need to talk to you after this. Just like about something private.
Okay. You're gonna take max 8 piercing damage.
Okay, what's it gonna roll?
Well, that was 8 damage, so you're gonna drop to 17
Wait.
hit points.
Wait.
And I also
That
need
was
you
max
to give me a
damage.
strength saving throw.
Yeah, but this is he's a strength-based ranger.
Just roll max. It's fine. No, it's fine.
Strength saving throw,
The
please. As it
time
latches
goes.
on, it's trying to pull you to the ground. Is it gonna succeed?
You can do
Damn
know
right it is.
He's a strength ranger. This
I'm
is what he's
gonna
built
pull
for.
back. I'm currently holding in my hand a little mummy which I bought from the British Museum of Tutankhamun. I can, they told people about Tutankhamun's curse, but they never told people about his blessing. That's why I tell you now.
It's the 18. 23 will absolutely save, and those bulging muscles will tense as you throw the wolf back from whence it came. The wolf has not managed to haul you to the ground. As we go to the goblins' turns,
I shit
You
you
are
not. I was gonna
seeing-
throw this out the window if I rolled that.
you just hear shattering glass. The goblins, seeing the big threat of the man clutching at the huge anchor and having just killed their leader, are all going to fire their short bows, at Baron one last time. They fear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see what we get. There is so many dice on my screen. We have a lot of different rolls. We have a 7.
Nope.
We have a 6.
Nope.
We have another 6.
Nope.
We have a 20.
Yes.
You take half damage because you're raging,
Yes.
which goes down to 2 points of damage.
Ah.
And a nat 20, which rolls 10 points of damage, which obviously is negated down to half. So again, another flurry of arrows. These ones actually all hit you. Like you were just watching, you guys, those who can see him, just watch as these arrows all hit into Baron. He sweeps off most of them with just this roar as he just strikes the shafts out of his flesh. Though a couple of them, you notice, do strike in slightly more painful places and begin to leak just kind of little amounts of this dark crimson blood. But that is all they've got, and they're not feeling super confident, so they're going to try backing off and running away.
Aha!
Oh,
1, 2,
God,
3,
man.
4.
Aha!
The best they can do is about that, though.
The flank continues.
Yeah, they can kind of just back off to about there because they've used their action. Baron, it is now your turn.
Cool. Baron is first of all going to turn to the wolf behind him. That is kind of being wailed on by Durgus. It's a bit hit and miss, like literally. And is going to try and strike at it with his great axe
Fantastic.
for a 20 to hit.
And with your damage, you take that wolf down with a terrible strike towards its kind of hind quarters. It cries in pain as the wolf too is actually knocked off of the edge and into the great chasm, howling as it falls.
And then he is going to stomp his way over the bridge where the goblins were chilling.
Stomp, stomp, stomp goes
Mhm.
Baron the Barbarian.
And he is also going to fling out the anchor on this fella.
Which fella, sorry?
This
Our
one
boy
here.
at the top there. Yeah, anchor goes out. That is a strength saving throw on his
DC
part, correct?
13, yeah.
Strength is something goblins aren't great with. I'm not going to lie. And that is a fail. And so as the anchor swings out from your arm, this too catches around the neck of this goblin as it is hauled in inexorably towards you, shrieking as it is forced 10 feet closer.
Heck yeah. And that's going to be it.
Natara, Baron is carrying you forwards.
He is carrying us forward, and Natara has done nothing else but just run. Run, run, run. So she's going to carry on running.
Oh, you think you've been running?
I mean, at least you've killed
You think
something.
you've been running?
At least you killed
He's got some
something.
more running to do.
I've got a lot more running to do.
Alright, she's gonna run up to this bridge here. Hopefully not shoving Durgus down in that chasm. And she can
I
see
think-
some more.
Yeah, you can
Wow.
see them. Even Brannon's joined the party finally.
And even Brannon's over there. Okay.
Geronimo's still somewhere else.
Okay. You know what? She's gonna cast Moonbeam. Fuck this.
Oh, where are
Fuck
you casting
this.
that moonbeam?
She's gonna cast it on this one here.
Okay, go for it. I believe that's a saving throw on their part.
Yeah.
Is it a wisdom save? I feel
Oh,
like
why
it's 'cause
did
you're
the info
intro.
didn't come up?
No,
wait.
it's a con save. Crazy.
It's a con save. So I'm gonna just put that
Constitution. Normal save. Oh, that's a pass.
there. Wait, what?
My goodness, these goblins are crazy. Is it
Nuts.
half damage on a save?
Yeah, half damage.
Even half damage is going to kill the goblin. Yeah, there is, from seemingly no source whatsoever, a beam of this kind of spectral blue luminescence comes down from the ceiling, surrounding this goblin, which looks almost confused for a second as it begins to dance around, its skin suddenly burning and beginning to grow ashy and dark as the moonbeam just totally disintegrates the goblin. He's gone. And I believe that is all the effects there. I think you have to move it on your next turn.
I can move on my next turn.
Yeah, on your next turn, that's fine. Geronimo, you've done a hell of a circuit. You've done it's been a hell of a journey.
It is. It has been. It has been. Let's continue said journey. Can you move me here, please?
I can move you there, yeah.
Are we dash again?
Okay.
Hold on. Am I gonna get through?
No, I don't think you are.
No, he can get into the door.
I
He
can
can
get
get to the
into
door. He can get there. And suddenly,
He is. He's in. He's in. Okay. Geronimo goes charging through the doorway, and he's like, "Guys, I'm here. Let's go. I'm gonna fight them." And then, as he does so, he's gonna put down Tank in front of him.
Tank is deposited in front of you.
You
You still have your bonus action.
Ah, yes, of course I do. And with my bonus action, 5 rounds into being able to actually do something now, I'm gonna shoot with at this guy with Tank.
Okay, yeah, go for it. Roll your attack, because it's the ballista, isn't it?
Yeah, let me do intelligence saving throw. 16.
16 will hit. Roll that damage.
Okay.
This one's still untouched, so your damage doesn't need to be high, but needs to be okay.
14.
No, 14 obliterates it. Goblin's dead. Absolutely pasted.
Pew,
It is just
pew.
goblin mush on the ground.
Oh my
Could this
God.
be the final round? We're running very close to the end, but we're doing it. One more round. Can we bring these goblins down? Brannon,
I believe.
I believe too.
Bugger it. How are they looking health-wise, the 3 that are left? From what I can
2
see.
of them are looking untouched. The 2 down here at the bottom, closest to Barrand. The one up at the top appears to have been somewhat damaged. It was the one that Durgus caught with his axe earlier.
In that case, I'll throw... Bugger it, I'll just throw 1 magic missile at each of them.
Okay, roll those damages for me, please. Okay,
So
I'm just going to work left, and I'm going to work in like an L shape, just because you didn't declare. Okay, that brings that down to there. That brings that down to there. That brings that down to there. So less effective than your last string of magic missiles. These pirouette out of your hands, spinning through the air, cycling in such a way that they're almost impossible to track until they collide into the goblins. The 2 closest to you that were untouched before take the impacts and squawk, almost in more uncomfortable pain than any serious damage. They still seem kind of ready to fight, though looking at Barrand and all of you, they look absolutely terrified. The goblin at the back, who was in a bad way anyway, takes the impact and actually begins to sway from side to side, barely able to stay on its feet anymore, though still just about standing.
And that's... actually, no. He's going to move to the bridge, but no further.
Absolutely perfect. Durgus, you got some pride to win back, I think.
Would you look at the time? Would someone say it potentially acts a clock? Because I bloody think it is. Right. Oh, why did I make this fucking strength ranger? Yeah, he's gonna charge on forwards.
Yep.
Almost barging past the Tara now. You know, he's got a lot to win back, because apparently I can't move through walls. Give me a second. There we go. And obviously seeing the man he had, the goblin he had sighted before, squints his eyes, raises his axe, and aims to lob it on forwards, trying to end the little fella, put him out of his misery.
Okay.
As I hope to God.
You just need to hit. You just need to.
Oh,
A
that's
15.
not bad. That's not bad.
15 will take that goblin down. A well-placed
Thank
axe
God.
striking kind of right at the sternum. There is just like this kind of loud explosive ejection of air, and the goblin just falls backwards, dead. I'm going to show you at the end how many things you have killed this session.
Right.
I've got my
I'm trying to-
stack
can't
of
wait.
dead. I've got
I
my
can't
stack
wait.
of the dead.
You can't bonus
Stack of
action throw something, can you?
No,
You can't like offhand throw.
no. Two-handed
Oh.
fighting is a melee thing.
Oh, well, that's me.
You got to kill, buddy.
No,
the
actually,
wolf-
bonus action changed my hunting mark to. I mean, they're both gonna die anyway,
does
but
it
this
matter?
one.
Does it matter?
It doesn't, no.
Okay, that's why we do it, because it doesn't matter.
Just in case.
This does actually bring us to their turn, and they can see the end is nigh. So they're going to try and take down one person.
They can try, damn it.
They're going to try, but I think they physically and mathematically can't.
How come
No,
when you tempt
Smallsy.
fate, you win, and when I tempt fate, I get fucking 5 billion
So
balls in a row?
even with flanking, they rolled a 10 and an 8. So neither of those are going to hit. I fear.
Let's go.
So those goblins, again, these blows are just hitting you, but they are just almost scraping off. There are like scratches and grazes and bruises where these things are just striking at you, but it is unnoticed in your fury as Baron. Let's go.
Let's go. Right. Seeing one of the little bastards run round, Baron is quite simply going to try and bring the axe curving round through the air into this goblin.
Yep. Top or bottom?
The bottom one.
Fantastic. Roll away.
For a 17 to hit.
Absolutely cut down where it was standing. Like there is a moment in which this horror dawns on the goblin, and then
No.
just struck down into the ground. It feared for its mortality for a moment, and then that moment passed, and so did its
Can we
life.
not humanize them, please?
Listen, dude.
You're making it too real.
You need to face up to the horrors you've inflicted upon this
How many
totally
war
friendly.
crimes has
This was an
Baron
absolutely
committed?
friendly goblin camp
Okay.
who just wanted to trade.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah. Anything else?
That's gonna be it.
You sure you don't want to just run to the other side and pull the goblin into the
I
cliff?
was thinking that,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I kind of
No. Okay.
feel that's a bit selfish.
Natara.
Tara's just gonna move her moonbeam onto the goblin.
Okay.
The remaining one's just gonna be like, there we go.
Is this how we end
Armageddon.
combat? Is this how we end
Literally.
combat? Oh, whoops, let's get rid of that.
Big ass beam.
Let's have a Constitution saving throw from the goblin. Roll the damage for me.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to matter.
Oh, it's wants me.
12.
Yeah, it's okay, so it rolled a 2 on its con saving throw. So as kind of Baron turns, having carved down one behind him, you're all now facing this last goblin whose little knees knock together as the scimitar in its hand shakes as it quivers before just this raw power that you have brought to its home, slaying its friends, its family, its leader, its pets. Everything gone. The whole world around it having collapsed inwards. And it can't see it because it's watching Baron. But this beam of light just slowly tracks up behind the goblin. The light eventually envelops it. And it looks down at itself, shocked as to where this new source has come from. And you see a single tear run down its cheek. As its
Come on.
flesh begins to dissolve and disintegrate in this burning, radiant light that just turns the goblin into a pile of ash.
Mr.
Baron, I don't feel so good. Yeah, I was literally thinking that.
It certainly doesn't feel any good. And that is the end of combat. That is where we will call the kind of end of the session. And that was insane.
That's the dumbest shit.
Let me bring the music to a close there. Just to give you some context for my players and for those watching, there is the stack of everything that the players have killed today. In fact, everything's in there. Also,
Oh, you
as
have
a
to
rest
add
in-
the pudge.
as a rest in peace, we will also include the fallen Drake.
Pudge isn't dead. He's not dead. He's not dead.
who fell into the chasm, having been defeated by the wolf. But yeah, that was a hell of a fight. For those of you watching, firstly, thank you, Let's Quest, again for another raid. Apologies for not kind of stopping and thanking you at the time, but we've been kind of running through a fairly large dungeon crawl this week. A lot of combat. It's actually worked out perfectly with the timing that we kind of get to the end of combat as we get to the end of the session. But certainly, I think an interesting session for us. We don't do a lot of longer dungeon crawling. I prefer my combat a little more nimble, a little quicker, and we will be kind of returning to that as a norm. But I thought this would be an interesting run through with a slightly bigger battle map. We hope to everyone who is watching that you enjoyed. And yeah, I don't know. Is there anything the players want to say? I'm exhausted from the fatigue of running a multitude of NPC sheets.
You spent
All I'm
this
saying
long
is flanking maneuvers have got to be used every single time now.
No, no.
Yes.
preparing it. Like
Yeah,
half of us ran around for 5 turns.
Yeah, for anyone who wasn't here when this started, this was I think I checked on the counter, it was a 12, maybe 13 round combat from the moment they kind of entered the map and got into a fight with the goblins to that bit there. Which, compared to a lot of very big games, I've heard people talking about 30 round combats, and that just sounds hellish. But I think you mentioned, Jake, there was 5, maybe 6 rounds in which Geronimo basically ran off in the opposite direction to perform a flanking maneuver.
Let me show everybody the map.
Yeah, and
There we go.
circling the entirety of this maze in his way to come round on the other side of people, which on the stream you can kind of see that the whole area is set up as a bit of a maze, but also as kind of like tunnels for you to travel through. And just round after round after round
He was basically here and figured out, I'm just going to run the other way, guys.
Yeah, I can basically trace the route. We had basically like down this way, then we had, I think it's Alt. Oh no, I can't do it.
Yeah, I think
Basically, it was down this way, it was down into here, it was up here, it was over there. He basically circled the entire battle board just to come in on the other side and join that very final round in which he shot and killed a goblin.
All I'm going to say is effective flanking from,
You got a kill. You got a kill.
the most
One
effective goblin.
singular kill. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
There's so much that happened.
I would personally also like to give a warning against throwing weapon-based strength ranger. Sounds like a cool concept, doesn't work.
Doesn't work. Strength Ranger is a fantastic idea, and anyone who has the opportunity should play one. As Jensen has proved this evening that it is very effective and has absolutely no limitations whatsoever, especially when your Drake companion is thrown from a cliff. Yeah, a lot to go over there. I'll be doing my summary. As I said before, though, thank you everyone for watching. We hope you enjoyed. We're going to try and do a little raid of our own, see if we can find someone that we like the look of. So I'm just going to go and look at the D&D kind of thing. Let's see what we've got. So we don't want any of these hundreds of viewers. None of those people.
No, none of those.
No, they got too many. Let's find. Oh, there's us.
Yeah, we can't raid ourselves.
Raid
No,
ourselves.
doesn't work.
Do you not do the guys just below us? The Genethan Adventures?
Like our next door neighbor, yeah.
You want to do our next door neighbour?
Yeah.
Okay, hang on. So that's 27 pennies. So we've got to go and
Pennies.
27 pennies.
Pennies.
So
Pennies.
I think it's spelt like that. Yeah, there it is. Okay, there we go. So 27 pennies. We're going to hop in and give them a little raid. Once again, thank you all for watching. We hope you enjoyed it. And obviously, if anyone who wants to see it, we will have the VOD here and on YouTube. Okay? Have a fantastic night. And we are going Bye.
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 Ta-ta.